Okay, I'll go ahead and do the logo animation. Okay, we are live. Welcome back, everyone.
Woo!
Okay, so let's see. So some things have happened since last game. We've had 2 days of downtime. Let me get some ambient. There we go. Our usual cave / deserted area ambiance. Okay. So let me recap kind of what happened a little bit between our 2 sessions. Nasdaq or Naztic, the boss guy from the miners, went ahead and packed up all their gear, including his very large spacer duffel bag full of stuff, and they gathered up everything. They put some explosives at the cave entrance and left the controls with you guys, so you guys can seal it up if you need to. And they went on their freighter with Aereo and left the planet heading towards Skip 1. And Aereo sent a message to Angiver that where the people were so he could meet up with them. So they did that. Aliana did some crafting and looked at Jedi Archives and came across some information on the Sith Temple, but did not... I don't remember if she said she was going to look into it further. I think she might have, but I'll have to ask with that. Then Patta, I think, looked at some files as well and did some crafting. And Nunku, what would your character have done for those 2 days?
Taking a shower.
Okay, so is that it? If anyone wants to move the ship closer, you can do that as well because you got 2 days of downtime. So
you didn't want to leave that goo on you there, Nunku?
You
didn't want to leave that goo on you though?
You mean the goo that gives me a setback die?
Yeah.
Okay, that's all right. So you're taking a shower. Is that all you want to do then?
I don't know more for my character to do.
Okay, and then let's go to Klein. What would your character have liked to have done?
They want to go. Well, he wants to go back to the cloning bays, or what appears to be the cloning bays, and get back on the computers again, and kind of just rifle through the information that's on there to see if he can possibly put any of it together.
Okay, so Patta was actually spent some of his time copying those files over to a computer, and he actually was able to get the encryption code for all 3 of the computer consoles to get access to restricted information. So are you wanting to spend time looking at those files in more depth?
Oh yeah, I'll sleep obviously when I need to, but other than that, that's all I want to be doing for the next 2 days.
So we have the cloning VATS computer console, we have the medical file console, and then we have Jedi Archives, and they've all been copied over. It took about 20 hours or less. It took at max 20 hours, but they copied them over using some of the older technology, but making it more portable versus trying to figure out how to unhook these machines and try and load them into the into a modern ship that has a completely different power scale and is beyond a lot of people's comprehension. So they basically took a lot of the parts that were available inside the Jedi Temple to craft what they're more familiar with as far as like a removable hard drive. So they did that, and they transferred some files over that way. Let's go ahead and pause real quick. I will roll. I've cleared the dice pool so everyone can do their obligation, and I will roll or do their destiny, and I will roll for obligation. Can everyone hear me okay?
Yes.
Correct.
30 lands on Boomer. Is Boomer here?
No.
Okay, so nobody has obligation. See how easy that was? If it lands on someone that's not here, I'll just say it landed on no one. No math involved. Okay.
Oh, there you go. Plenty of dark side for you this session.
Okay, so which console client would your character want to look at?
He would want to be in the medical files for sure.
Okay, and Patta, a client has expressed an interest to look at the medical files. Did you want to roleplay with her a little bit? Because I think you did some of your downtime looking at files.
Oh yeah, I guess I let Klein know. Yes, I've established a administrative password so that we can get in and out of these anytime we want without any kind of slicing required. And I hand over cylinder.
So, did you want to? Do you want to do a? Are you looking for something in particular?
I mean, no, because I as my character, I don't have an extensive knowledge of any of the medical information. I basically just want to kind of go through things and see if things stick out and see if I can start piecing random pieces of information together to try to make them make sense. But ultimately, I'm not really going to know if I'm right or if I'm wrong. It's just going to be guesses.
Okay, so do you have a skill you prefer to use with looking at information?
Looking right now. I mean, my computers, my medicine, that is all pretty much the same.
Okay, then I would just do an average computer check then, and we'll see what you come across.
Alrighty.
So it's two purple, yeah.
And also, Jeff, if you can add that one light side for Eliana being paired up.
Okay, adding a light side. So that looks like that's the only light side we have. Okay, so, and Jahat Evan is on his way. All right, so you got lots of advantages. So here's some information that might not make a whole lot of sense, but it kind of points out. About 790 years ago, the files were accessed. If you go back further, though, about a little over 4,000 years ago, when they were testing the subjects regularly, you could start seeing some notes on some of the files. You're not quite sure what the medical stuff means, but you see notes such as test subject exhibiting aggression. So you've noticed some of these periodic aggression, hostility, anger, fear, test subjects lashing out, attacking. Then you see one of the test subjects appeared to be possessed, is some of the stuff that you see in the notes. So there's about 7 test subjects. Then as you look in through this, it's kind of interesting. You see that they actually had to put one of the test subjects down because it went into an uncontrollable rage and they had no choice. Then the other ones seem to be acting normally, but then they start showing signs of aggression periodically. And another note mentioning something about a ancient Sith Temple is mentioned.
What was the difficulty of her check? Was it simple?
It was just normal because the language is still like, it would be like if we're reading a Shakespearean novel or some old English, some of the words are used that we don't use anymore and they have a different connotation. So
you mean it's simple or you mean it was an easy?
No, it was 2 purple for her. Instead of, it would normally be a 1 purple, but she's still using the keyboard. Which
purple.
What?
No purple on the roll.
Oh, yeah, you forgot to roll purple. Can you put 2 purple? Sorry, I see you didn't put any purple.
We gave too much information out.
Oh, yeah, thanks. I keep forgetting to look at that. I just look at the results.
Yeah, hold on one second. I think I might have to restart Roll20. My sheet, or not my sheet, but the text thing is not coming up now.
Okay. All right, then, so, Nunku, you wanted to shower.
Yes.
Do you have any flying abilities?
No.
No, but you do got a lot of agility, right?
I have above average.
Okay. I'll ask Evan when he gets here what he wants to do. He's running a little late.
Taking a shower there in the temple, or does he take one trying to go back to the ship? Take one.
No, in the temple, of course. Why would he? Why would he spend? I mean, unless you wanted to, you could go all the way to the ship. You got time. You got 2 days. That would take up a full day going to the ship and then coming back. That's 12 hours. So that would take up your 2 days if you want to do that. But then you might need another shower again after a 12-hour hike.
While Kit Cam is restarting Roll20, I'm assuming still in the voice here. I did have one alibi, some interaction with Klein during those 2 days.
Okay.
Yeah, that's fine. I just pulled it back up, but yeah, we're good. You can go ahead.
Basically, at some point during those 2 days, Aliana is bringing you a gift, a necklace. And she's going to say, I noticed how you fought with range weaponry, right?
Yes, I'm good from afar.
If you wear this, most any enemies won't be able to engage you in hand-to-hand.
That will absolutely come in handy. I appreciate.
And the text for what it is what I typed up in the Roll20. If you see that, that's what it does, and it's a 3 purple, 3 difficulty fear check they have to make to engage you.
Okay, awesome.
Good to know.
Thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Now it does also the downside of it you probably need to add to it is it has a noticeable one, but that only applies to Force users. It's for Force users specifically, they get a boost to recognize it's something other than just a normal necklace.
Now, if it's removed, does that cause it to not work anymore?
It doesn't really say in those things. I mean, it's the user's choice. They don't have to activate it with every enemy that's coming in. They can choose to not activate it. But if they do activate it, it's as an out of turn incidental.
What are they? Okay, out of turn incidental. Okay, so so I'll just say it like glows or does something noticeable.
So the result of that roll, it looks like, is 1 success to advantage.
Okay, so that's pretty good information. So, did you get all the information I gave you? So you can use that to talk to any of your teammates if you want. And then also, I think someone mentioned bringing the ship closer, but no one has yet told me they want to do that. So Nunku, you and Evan, when he logs in, have not indicated what they're doing for those 2 days.
Oh yeah, Nunku does know how to fly ships.
And
didn't he fly that cloud core?
Jahat might go with him in co-pilot or something like that because I didn't have anything super. Oh, actually, you know what? There was something I was thinking of doing for that. Is Nunku okay making the run to get the ship by himself?
Sure.
In that case, is Aliana being kind of noticeable about kind of doting on Patta a little bit more compared to the rest of us as far as being a student?
I mean, possibly, but it's more so Patta is the one that's allowing her to be able to access the information because she doesn't have the smarts. So that's kind of more what it was.
He wants to see, I guess, if she's playing favorites.
And also, I know you really don't have time to do stuff in the chat during in between games, so I don't want to fully say yes because we haven't had much interaction other than in games. You know what I mean?
So yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. The people that aren't on the chat during the week, which would be Nunku, Klein, and Jahat.
But
You guys, this is your time to let us know what you did during those 2 days, and then we will
But-
continue.
But as far as favorites, I wouldn't say she's really so much playing a favorite, more so as she's leery of Nunku out of the group.
Oh, thanks.
Okay.
No,
Well,
no,
I'm gonna say, based on who Jihad is as a human being and his, deep personal failings, he's probably going to perceive it that way a little bit. And so what he's gonna do is, during some of the kind of quieter moments, he is going to be meditating a little bit on his own, and as he's doing so, he's probably going to be letting his focus drift a little bit towards the ladder and the pit and the script that we've seen on the wall of the temple below and things like that.
Okay, you are.
meditating on pieces of lie.
Is there a roll that you can roll for meditation to glean some insights or anything? Is there some type of...
But
Either like a flat discipline roll, or he does have that foresee force power.
And the foresee lets you see into the future, or does it let you see into the past?
Either, as far as I'm aware.
Okay, so you
Or
can use...
I guess it may explicitly only be future.
All right. Then you could go ahead and do a average discipline check as you're meditating to kind of get a feel. Are you wanting to try and get a feel for what this dark presence might be, or what the Sith Temple might be about, or what specific information are you looking for?
I feel like it's at least for him, he's kind of not quite certain what he's reaching out for.
Okay. So go ahead and do a 2 purple. In fact, let me give you a light side. I'll make it a red and a purple. How's that? Let me flip a dark side for you guys.
so just roll red.
No, red and a
And
purple.
I will expand on that. She's offered to teach anybody that is wanting to learn. It's just Patta's really the only Force user in the group that has access to do stuff
Right.
in the text chat during in between games.
Ooh.
All right. Okay, so that stinks. So the you
He
do
didn't have any positive dice in that though.
no. He rolled above before I flipped. Well, never mind. So
Oh,
I
okay,
was
my bad.
You rolled it after I said flip it. So we'll just go with your original roll, and I'll give you that. I'll take that point back.
My bad.
It's all good. Okay,
What if
so
you wanted? What if
well,
you wanted some of the advantage?
I didn't see that. So you got a success and advantage. So here, we'll ignore that red dice then, because I spent it after you rolled, so we shouldn't do that. I just need to pay attention more. So you get the an ancient, powerful, dark, evil inhabits below. You get the corruption comes to mind. Corruption and possession seem to be the 2 themes that you're getting. A long-term seepage of corruption and possession is kind of where your meditation leads you.
Interesting.
So how many days are you wanting to spend your whole time meditating, or are you wanting to do other things?
I think I'll probably spend. You said we're doing 2 days, so he'll do 1 day meditating like that, and then the other day he's going to root through the archives a little bit, at least the areas that we have access to, specifically for stuff relating to like the old Mandalorian wars and stuff like that.
Okay, so you basically coordinate with Patta and Aliana, and when they're not using the archives, you you get so you guys can role play that out. So day 2, I believe, is whenever they were accessing the archives too. So you guys can kind of role play that at the point. So
Yeah, sounds good.
So you come to the Jedi archive room, Jahat, and you see Aliana and Patta on the computer system.
So we only have the single access point that we have like fully unlocked at this point.
Yeah. Patta's got the encryption and was able to unlock all the machines. And you guys have made a hard drive, a removable hard drive that you guys can take with you on the ship, and then hook up to a computer, jerry rig it to a computer. But so those are just hard drives without a base. So the only way to access them while you're in Temple is actually using the actual systems. But they do have a way of taking them to the ships to use them at a later point in time.
You might be able to take this hard drive. It has a copy of the archives and hook it up to one of the other consoles here.
Okay.
And
Or you can
access
come
it
over
that
here.
way.
Or you can come over here. I've been combing through it for the past day, and Patta was able to get in the system, so we can just kind of work on this all together.
Oh, I don't want to get in y'all's way. This is just kind of a personal curiosity thing.
No problem. Just been busy going through all this information.
No, I know. Lots of important Jedi stuff going on.
Well, my intent is to try to learn what I can and help, figure out a way to make it easier for others to learn the things that I know a little bit about, and I'm trying to learn more myself.
Okay, so do you have some computer skills?
No, just basic intelligence.
Okay, so it'll probably be difficult for you not being able to. I mean, it's like you're one of those people that normally with a computer would be doing a one finger on the keyboard, but now the keys are in completely different places, and some of the letters are not what you're used to.
Okay, so I thought we had one of the consoles that was just like relatively unlocked.
Oh, they're all unlocked, but these are 4,000-year-old consoles, so
Oh, I see what
it's
you're
like
saying. Okay.
it's like if we were to go back and read something 4,000 years old, or not cuneiform 2 like Gilgamesh, but Old English.
Got it. Okay. So what's the difficulty going to be?
So Elizabethan type reading.
Yeah, I guess I don't even know if we have, like, it seems like our literature and stuff kind of jumps, and we have some stuff that's like 10,000 years old, but I mean I don't know where we were 4,000, like hieroglyphs or something, but it's not English basic. So I guess the transformation of English from the Shakespearean to now.
It looks like Yoda made it.
Well, while Jahat's finally in there, because I get a chance to interact with him. Did you get around to getting a chance to work on making your own lightsaber? I can help you out with that if you want.
I didn't. You know what? That's actually a good idea. I never really. I just grabbed this extra hilt that Patta had.
And Jeff, if I need to take setbacks for the next day or whatever, because I kind of spent a bunch of my time, I'm okay with it cutting into my sleeping time, because she's trying to kind of help out everybody.
Okay, so the Jedi Archives are in this bottom corner over here by that droid. So it's going to be a 3 purple computer check. If you had someone that's actually proficient with the computer, you could probably do a lore check and just kind of tell the person that's more proficient at using the computer what you're looking for, and that might help you, so it's not such a difficult roll. But if it's your first time accessing it, so it's going to be the same 3 purple that Klein and everyone else had to roll to get adjusted to the different letters and the keyboard looking different from what you're used to.
And I guess it's up to Jahat, but she would say I can assist you with some of the more, some of the words that might be a little wonky for today's speech. Basically, she's offering to give you to assist you with this.
Okay. What's her computer skill?
Actually, I was just gonna give you a blue dice, but I was gonna
Oh,
roll
okay.
battle meditation to do stuff to give you extra stuff too.
Perfect.
But narratively, I'm just kind of helping you interpret some of the things that she might know a little bit more about. via
What kind of
Jedi
time
training.
investment is like the familiarization? Because Patta can probably lend his computer skills, kind of getting him familiarized with the system.
Yeah, that could be good. You could probably do that to lower the difficulty, or at least allow Aliana to be better help. Be like, oh yeah, Patta showed us that this button is the equivalent of this word, and
I was also thinking about maybe making a specialized tool. I just ran out of time to adapt kind of the user interface to a more modern system.
basic to old basic vocabulary translator.
Yeah, like reconfigure a keyboard or something from an unused terminal to be more friendly to the modern users.
You just need a slicer gear then, because the slicer gear executes commands that you're familiar with, that you personalize no matter what system you're in, because it goes into its base code. It's binary, basically, to execute the command. So that's why there's not really that same difficulty on slicer tools.
Oh, well, in that case, I can also lend Jahat my slicer tools if they work for him.
Okay, you want to use the slicer tools for just an average check, and
Sure.
and two boost dice, because you got a boost dice from Aliana, and then you have the right tools for the job. You don't need the slicer tools, but you can use them. So
he's getting 5 boosts from Aliana.
okay, so maybe it's overkill now. So you get
And
6
a success.
You get 6 boosts and a success now, and if you're using the slicer tools, it's only a 2 purple.
Okay, and you said computers or lore?
Use the computers if you're using the slicing tool, just to get access to it. So, okay, anything in particular about Mandalorian Wars?
Again, just kind of about he's looking for history, and just maybe some because he probably has it just some obviously basic background education in it, just from schooling and stuff like that. But he's also going to be looking for stuff like artifacts, stuff like old battle sites, maybe,
Okay.
concrete things, information that's usable.
So this facility's main purpose was for cloning research, but they do have a small section on the Mandalorian wars, and it talks about one of the major invasions on Alderaan, and about how they set up camp on a moon of Alderaan before they did the invasion. So I don't know if your character knew about that, but it just it doesn't have a whole lot on it. It just has some of the basics and some of the stuff that was more common knowledge about 4,000 years ago versus today. So,
Does it have any specific information there, like specifically where that campsite would have been set up or something like that, maybe?
yeah. So it gives you the location on the moon of Alderaan, one of the moons of Alderaan. It gives you the specific moon name and location where they estimate it was. So
Okay, cool. So yeah, he's gonna root the computers like that for a little while, and then towards the end of the evening, kind of before bed, he's gonna go make at least one attempt at crafting a lightsaber hilt.
okay, and you can just do that on the Discord, and then when you want to, and we'll continue on with the game on here. So
Right.
okay, then okay, Klein, did you have some more stuff you wanted to work on, or continue looking at the computer stuff for day 2?
Yeah, no, I'm just gonna continue looking on the computers, and I'm just gonna assume that Pat and everybody else is busy doing what they're doing for day 2, so I won't bother Patta right now. But when we do have some downtime, I will kind of bring up what I found, and we'll talk about it later. But
All right, so are you going? I guess the machine no one's using right now is the clone machine. Are you wanting to look at the clone machine? Well, I think Patta looked at it too.
Yeah, I think the extent of the time he spent was to create a device and begin the download for that. He did the slicing through the security and establishing a permanent backdoor, and then started downloading. He didn't do too much digging around.
Oh, okay. Okay, so Patta's removing the hard drive. I'm not sure what the encumbrance is, but it's probably some interesting looking contraption. And
yeah, this one's big. It's 8. It's encumbrance 8.
Okay, so he's dragging it across the floor to get it ready to move out when the ship gets here. So you got the room to yourself.
Hey, DJ, I told you that if you want, like I say, you can roll 3 purple survival, see if you can find a shortcut to get back to the ship faster.
Okay.
The successes will reduce the time.
And then Klein, when you were available, just do a 2 purple computer since you've been using the systems pretty frequently. You're getting used to where the keys are placed and kind of the old style basic.
Okay, will do.
Jeff, what do you want to do with those 3 threat you got?
I guess the success was all I needed to be successful, right?
What's that?
Success was all I needed to be successful in finding a shortcut, right?
Yeah, so what do you want to do with the threat?
How about he falls into some large manure from an animal?
Okay.
Wow, Nunky's just becoming comic relief now.
You cut down, what about, like, we'll say half the trip? So, like, instead of the 12 hours, it's going to take 6?
If you want.
Okay.
All right, so you get into this computers and you start seeing how they did about 7 clones total. These are over 4,000 years ago. The clones look like it looks like they were trying to get higher midichlorian counts in the clones. And it doesn't look like their midichlorian counts were as much as the original host. They were actually a lot smaller than the original host. In fact, they had at least 3 different hosts originally that they made the 7 clones from. There was originally supposed to be an 8th one, but the machine malfunctioned. And the 8th clone was a bunch of goo. And the cloning vat machine itself malfunctioned. It looks like they did some couple diagnostics, and it looks like it malfunctioned due to some critical missing pieces. So it's chopped up to sabotage. They note this still, over 4,000 years ago. They note on some of the logs that other accidents have been happening with the cloning vats and some of their computers. And they note that in testing this machine they used to kind of compare the clone DNA as they aged with the original host DNA, and the midichlorian counts looked like they were slightly elevated, but also they look, now you're not a medical expert, but in the notes they say something about corruption of the midichlorians and of the DNA itself appears to be corrupting and mutating are some of the words that you are able to recognize through all the medical mumbo jumbo. And you take a strain while doing that.
All right, sounds good. Thank you.
Okay, and so Nunku, day 2, you guys rest, you do all your stuff. Nunku gets the ship back, and another familiar ship lands, and that is the Spicy Lady. So, I guess Nunku will show Angiver where everyone's at.
Yes, he will.
So what happened was when Noku got back into town, he found that they had a guy arrested with an RPG sitting next to him, and the people are talking to him about, about what he did. He owes this person shipping money for a ship. His employer's not gonna be happy about all this and stuff. Which is the guy that shot the ship down. So it possibly might be safe now to travel.
Cool. Nunku will lead and Guyver to where the rest of the group is.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm assuming he probably just spent the rest of the day once he got to town eating and taking a bath and enjoying some bantha steaks.
Yeah, beats those Kinner.
Or maybe they're Ronto steaks in this planet.
He already took a shower though.
I know, but then you landed in manure on your way back to town.
Oh, well then he's gonna take a shower back at this place.
Okay.
Yeah, so yeah, I'll arrive and say, Nunku!
Hello!
Hey, long time.
Am I right?
What have you been up to?
So, there's these, we found this Jedi Temple, and, we are exploring it right now. And, yeah. Would you like to
Something about y'all found something. He might need some help from me.
Yeah.
Since I got some skills and mechanics and building stuff.
Would you like to come check it out? It's really cool.
Oh yeah, cool. Yeah, I would like to. Hey, you see, I've done some stuff too as well since last met. I built a couple more droids, and I actually got this little workshop set up in my ship here. You want to take a look?
Ooh, fancy.
You go inside, you see like droid parts everywhere, and like bins of just miscellaneous parts just scattered all over the place. He says, don't worry about the mess,
Okay. Well, I'm taking this ship and I'm heading it over to where we are, so you could just follow me as I fly there.
I'll follow you. I'll have Speedy follow you.
Okay.
Okay, so they eventually arrive day 2, and they get through the cave and avoid the Kinnerath, and make it to the Jedi Temple. Now you guys are all here together. It's current time now.
Well, do we want to clear out the rest of that, whatever it was, the lower area of this building?
I think that's probably the best
Down.
plan at this point.
We probably should, but I feel like we should all be prepared. Looks to Jahat. Did you want to making that lightsaber hilt a shot?
Wow! Look at all
Yeah.
this stuff here.
I know, it's cool, right?
Oh my gosh! I can build so much stuff with this. Wow!
If you don't mind, I can help you out, kind of talk you through it.
Yeah, I think maybe probably the night before or something like that. Just he would have dragged a little box of spare parts in there to the whatever room, I guess the archive room, and kind of sat in the corner and fiddled with it and consulted her as needed.
Okay.
Bebop, look at this. Look what I don't even know what this is, but this looks so cool. I can't wait to take it apart and see what it is.
She would also pass you her lightsaber utility tool.
I don't know if Aliana would like it if you did that.
Hey, Pat, I'm here. Where you at?
I'm back here with the, there's some... Down the furthest hallway past the rigged blast doors. I poked my head out the door.
I brought some company. One sec. I brought Bebop and the new droid here. He's one of many to be built. Good help with building stuff.
All right, I think we were possibly about to go try and see what else is in the lower. There's another level below this. We're gonna go see what's down there.
Oh yeah,
Make sure.
Oh yeah, we can do some looking around. I'll have Viper help out with that. So how do you like that armor I built for your droid there?
Oh, it's very fierce looking, and it seems to be pretty effective. He's taken very little damage, except when we ended up fighting against some spider hive queen or something.
Ooh, that sounded pretty tough.
All right, so sounds like you guys are wanting to go to the next level.
Sure.
What is this? Is this one of these computer things they were talking about?
This here?
Yeah.
I think this is this thing, is that the spare parts for the lightsabers? What is that?
Yeah, that's like the spare parts and tools and stuff.
Oh, this
Spare
is
part bins.
what we've been building equipment from.
Oh, cool. Do you need help build anything? I brought Bebop along to help build stuff.
Yes, probably after I have a lot of work to do. I might stay here for a while after everyone else has moved on.
Okay. Well, if you need some help, I built labor too. I'm gonna build some more just like him.
Okay, who all wants to go down then? And just start assembling at the cave area down here.
I'll do it.
Jod's gonna go as well.
All right. Cool. So no one's staying behind then?
I thought they still got computers to crack. I can stay behind and help.
He's already got all the computers transferred over.
I might if HK is not being too salty today, I might ask him to kind of stay behind and watch our backs, make sure no one kind of comes into this place behind us and kind of gets us in like a flanking position or anything like that.
HK says, statement, affirmative. I will destroy any meat bag that is not of you guys, of course, that tries to step foot and hurt my master.
Bebop, you stay back. I'm gonna take Viper with me. Labor, you stay back and help too.
Before we proceed down, I'm going to go ahead and commit a dice into sense defense.
Okay, so if you're on this map, we're in the top left. So if you don't see your character, you can put your character, but basically it drops down this ladder into this pool of this green slime. I believe it's like a 3 purple athletics to jump across and not land in it.
Can we like use a rope or something?
Yeah, did
Yeah,
you
I
guys
think
use a
we've-
rope last time? I forget.
Yeah.
Okay, so
Or when we were getting out, we brought a rope, so.
all right, so if that rope's still there, you guys can just kind of get across. You do see some movement. Like if you look really hard down in the murky area, it's like those corpse things you knocked down there. It looks like they're almost all of them are down, just walking around on the bottom of this liquidy sludge pit.
Ooh, what are those?
They don't stay dead.
Would be interesting to experiment on or just take a look at those things.
I don't think
Seeing
that's a
the-
good idea.
We think
Seeing
that.
seeing the pit that we had to negotiate, she's going to look around. Does it seem... I wasn't sure about Klein or Jihad if they seem to have armor that's sealed.
Jahat's is very obviously not.
Okay.
Yeah, and if you look at Klein's, it appears to be sealed.
Okay, so how many of us are there then down here? I hadn't seen everybody slap the tokens down.
I'm gonna ask if anyone wants me to have Viper take the lead.
So 1, 2, 3. Are you on players or droids too?
Players, specifically organics players.
I count 6 that are on the map, including your character.
Oh, I just see me and Klein right now.
I'm gonna have
Oh,
Viper
maybe.
take the lead if anyone has a problem with that.
I just realized I was muted. Do you need the attachment to seal armor, or does it just have to be sealable?
You need the attachment.
Yeah, there's a
Okay,
one
so yeah,
hard one
mine's
attachment.
mine's sealable, but it's not sealed, I don't think. Sorry if anyone asked me a question and I didn't answer. I was muted for...
The mute button.
Who was down here before?
Everyone but you and Patta.
No, I
Jihad.
wasn't down here. Oh.
Yeah, that's what I said. Everyone but you and Patta.
Oh, gotcha. That pool of stuff back there, did anybody seem to have issues with it? Like, I'm trying to figure out if there may be toxic stuff down here.
Nunku says something about it. Otherwise, you don't know.
Yeah, Nunku, did you die?
I don't think so.
Sure
it's
was.
not lethal.
He was vomiting a whole lot.
All right, she's gonna pass a little trinket over to Klein, Jihad, and Patta. Just a little like necklace brooch type thing.
I'll have if anyone has a problem, I'll have Viper take point. I'll tell him Nunku. This guy's just about as stealthy as you.
It's
Ooh.
not as good as sealed armor, but it will protect you from hostile environmental effects.
Thank you.
You really believe they are as stealthy as me?
He's reptilian looking dude, just like your character is.
Oh, that's cool.
What's it to go into stealth mode? I guess to start walking around.
It's just stealth.
Is there a difficulty, Jeff?
I have to see.
And don't forget, we did look up the rule, and like extraneous successes can be given to other players.
So you guys can, I guess you guys can do a group one or you can do individual. So let me know. It's going to be 2 red and a purple. And wait, before you do that, I want to give you guys a light side point now. So it will,
3 red.
All right.
it'll be 3 red now. 3 red to remain unobservable.
I think there's something wrong with that dice pool you're using. Because the last time you flipped a dark side point, it was 4-2.
I flipped
Now
it.
it's
I
5-2.
added 1.
Yeah,
I missed rolling rolling Destiny because I was running behind. So we
Okay.
have 1 extra from me.
All right. I'll skill assist. I'll skill assist Viper. Well, I'll tell him what to do. He speaks binary to go to stealth. Unless someone else wants to try to roll.
So do you guys want to do a group or do you want to do individuals?
Group. Does that mean we take the highest?
The
or
highest,
lowest?
yeah, you take the highest of,
Preferably group,
Yeah.
because Aliana isn't not going to have any stealth. I can just tell
yeah.
you that.
So whoever has the highest agility and whoever has the highest ranks and stats, that's your group check.
3 red.
Huh?
Yeah, it's 3 red.
So who here has the highest agility?
My character has a 6 in stealth. has 6 points in stealth.
Hey, same here, but that's not agility.
I have a 3 in agility.
No, same here.
5 in agility.
5? Okay, let's
Well,
do that.
then-
Let's use that.
Why are you asking? Just do your. All right.
I got 2 triumphs though. That jump is despair.
No, they don't cancel each other out.
Okay.
So, okay, here's what I'm going to use that despair for. So, all the Force users, you start feeling like something dark is awakening. Like you get your hairs are starting to
Does
stand
that
up.
seriously happen from failing at stealth?
No, they didn't fail. They were successful. I'm just.
Despair.
This is the
That's why it made it so difficult.
I'm using the despair. That's how I'm using the despair. The Force users, your hairs are standing on end as if something is awakening. That's dark.
Any suggestions, team, on the double triumphs we got?
I think there is a stealth check under the encounters section of the OneNote.
Can we use the triumphs to make the thing go back to sleep?
They don't cancel each other out.
Yeah. The thing, can we use the triumphs to say the thing doesn't know about us?
You guys were successful, so it doesn't know about you.
So you're just sensing it from your force powers. That's all it is.
Yeah, our bullshit sense is tingling. I don't know. Can we spend those for upgrades on our first maybe combat checks?
Two
Not
people.
that I'm
Yeah,
assuming we
two
would ever
people.
get that
Two
done.
people can. If you want to do all that, you can. There's also some options under the stealth charts too. It's like one of them says disappearing target. The character becomes so unnoticeable that enemies cannot get a solid target bearing on the character or her vehicle. The character or character's vehicle, player's choice gains a +1. That's just a +1 range defense for the encounter. But yeah, you can just use those for your guys' check. Just decide who gets the upgrades and who gets the boost if you want to do it that way.
Would the stealth one apply to all of us?
Yes.
Yeah, the stealth applies to all you, but you, the individual, if you're doing it to upgrade people's checks, you would do those as you choose who gets what.
What are we going to do with all those advantages?
You can give boost to people.
Is that all you can do with a stealth?
No, you can look on the. There's a start. You guys can look at. I put the stealth chart. There's all kinds of options for stealth for advantages and triumphs. It's on an actual page in the OneNote under encounters under stealth charts.
Oh, here's a thought for that. So maybe do one advantage there on the disappearing target, and then can we spend the second one on the learn tells and basically like have that be us kind of picking up on maybe some clues around the temple as we're walking through, little things, the I have a bad feeling about this type thing to give us that boost on initiative.
Yeah, that'll be fine then. You guys.
The advantage we can go in gray.
So yeah, I guess it says it applies to one PC if you want to give a boost to one of the PC's initiative.
I mean, with as many advantages and tribes, why don't we just pass out two PCs have upgrades on their initiative check, and everybody else gets boosts on their initiative check?
Yep.
That's probably the easiest way.
Yep. So if that's what you want to do, that's fine with me.
Yeah,
I was just
and
throwing
I
that
guess
out
that's
there.
in the shadows, but you get extra boost.
All right. So you guys are in like this dirt area, and you see all the scuffle marks and the drag marks, and then as you go a little bit further, the dirt goes away, and it's like a tiled, ancient marble type floor or a smooth stone floor. And you come to a fork in the dark, quiet, lonely pathways.
Where do we want to go?
Well, we already cleared out one area, so let's keep on going to that area.
All right.
So as you guys are coming down, you see the path starting to narrow from being as wide as it was to getting more narrow. And you see little enclosures in the wall, and that's where those reanimated hordes of corpses came from.
Are they just little crannies in the wall, or is there anything in there?
That's where they were. That's where they were hiding or placed until intruders came in and they were activated.
Aliana's gonna try to get the group's attention to say, "Don't go past this wall just yet."
Nunky will have his energy rifle out, ready to shoot.
And I kind of want to pop sense before we expose ourselves around this corner for.
Two people already exposed themselves around the corner.
Okay, never mind.
He's still stealth.
Well,
That's why he was taking point.
yeah.
All right, and then you guys come into this little ambush alcove.
I'll use a perception to look for traps and stuff.
All right, roll. Do a red and a purple.
Okay, so it's doable.
That'd be a perception.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so for the advantage, Will, what did you say the thing was? You could spend one advantage to look for something useful.
Oh, notice.
Yeah, notice.
Notice something useful in ongoing conflict or whatever.
Yeah, I'll use that for one advantage.
This was about to use one of the blues that you got from the stealth roll.
Oh yeah, I could.
So you see a little lever right over here, kind of hidden.
No, it's just another advantage. Okay, yeah. So my character will point out that there's a lever right there. And
it's a droid taking point, right?
Yeah, and
Yeah.
he'll use the two advantages to give a blue to the droid.
Just a suggestion, but we have a droid taking point. Maybe they should have their sensors activated for things that, aren't bad guys. It might be, whatever. You know what I'm saying, right?
Yes.
Maybe sort of do a sensor sweep as we're moving forward for anything unseen, mechanical-wise.
Yeah, let me see what he has on his person.
Yeah, I didn't know if you had any sort of scanner, hand scanner, or anything like that. Because that could also possibly pre-warn of us of cave-ins and things like that.
Yeah, and Diver has a threat monitor system on his armor, but the droid doesn't. It's all stealth equipment.
Okay.
No, but
Tried.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you only go one thing.
All right, as you step right there, what is? I'm trying to look at your.
Can we look around before we step in?
You already stepped.
No, I already looked around.
Yeah, he already left.
You just decided to start walking.
Put your token right back there.
Put it back.
All right, so melee defense is 1, adversary is 2. Okay. So 2 red. 1 setback.
But it's also got stealth, so you take them on. It's also 3 setback.
Not for a bear trap.
Oh yeah, that stuff too.
All right. There we go.
I'm surprised.
The odds are in your favor as you step by a bear trap looking contraption snaps at you, but it misses. You moved your foot out before it had just a small delay to where you moved your foot right before it closed. The droid did.
I would roll coordination if I needed to avoid it.
Well, he didn't know it was there because whenever Nunku looked, he was unsuccessful at finding traps, but he did see something useful, such as a lever. So it went.
Would you like to continue on?
I think we need to do a more thorough checker of this area then, if there's traps right there like that.
Well, yeah, this place looks like there'd be traps. Jeffrey even called it like a little ambush cove.
What's that, survival, or what would that be to find traps?
Yeah, survival.
Perception.
Or perception.
Oh.
Yeah, perception, I think. Never mind, go with perception. And it would be against the...
Perception's cunning, right?
Yeah. It would be 3 purple.
So I'm gonna skill assist and speak binary to the droid unless anyone else wants to do the perception check. I don't want to take everything.
I mean, I already tried the perception.
Alright, go roll it. It's 3 purple. You can do it. You can always spend light side points too if you want. Actually, since you haven't rolled yet, I'm going to go ahead and give you another light side point. So it's going to be one red and 2 purple to find the trap. If there's any more traps, that is.
Well, would it be 2 reds?
No, it was 3 purple, but now it's upgraded once, so it's 1 red and 2 purple. So
wait, it wasn't 3 purple before.
Yeah, it was.
It was a red and a purple.
No, that's to oh. That's true. That was so if you would have been successful, there wouldn't have been any traps, but since you weren't, I went ahead and threw some traps in. So now we're actually rolling against NPC stats.
That's not how that works. That's not how that works. I don't think you're allowed to do that. You can't be like, oh, haha, he failed, so I'm just going to add some stuff into it.
Then he can spin up dark side, make it canon.
Never mind. So you don't get a red. I spent that dark side to make it canon, so now it is a 3 purple. Now we're good. So just do your 3 purple perception.
I had all skills. 1 second.
All right. So you see another one there, and there, and there.
All right.
Can you put little markers?
Be careful. B1 and myself, we've found these 3 traps here. Watch where you walk.
Good. Those little purple markings are bear traps.
I'd like to get some useful information, maybe possibly something about that lever, if that lever has anything to do with anything in this area.
Yes. So that lever, you actually see 4 levels. 2 on this side and 2 on that side. And it looks as if they might be connected to the traps to reset them. Oh, I'm holding the wrong button down. All right, so you see actually 4 levers. There's 2 here and 2 here. And as you look upon closer inspection, it looks as though those levers are made to reset the traps back into...
Is there one to deactivate them, or we just need to avoid them, that's all?
Yeah, you can, if one resets, so whenever that trap snapped, the lever flipped. So then you notice that there's 3 other levers that are in a different position than that other lever.
We'll pull the other ones so they, I guess, snap all the traps so they're all closed up.
There you go. So you do that and they... So they all are put down in the down position, so they've all been triggered.
Okay. Shall we proceed then?
Thinking a bit ahead in case we have to retreat, Aliana's going to stop and look at this trap in front of her momentarily, and then I'm basically trying to decide, can I just cut this away with my lightsaber so if we're running, we don't have to go around, we have a path to just run straight back through.
Couldn't we just like jump over them?
You can, but he just pushed up. Can you guys hear me? He set all the levers down so they all went off. So the levers actually have to be put back in the up position for them to spring open again.
Right, I'm assuming they're closed, so I take my lightsaber and chop it in half. So it can't be reactivated if somebody has happened to come behind us, at least this one.
Yes, you can do that, but you will need to do another stealth roll if you want to make it so that it doesn't actually alert anyone to your guys' presence.
Okay, I'll just walk around it for the time being and deal with it on the way out if we have to make a hasty retreat.
I'm not too worried about someone walking behind us. I can leave a remote behind.
It seems that there's like a doorway right here, so we might want to be careful when approaching that.
And that's why I was taking a look at it, Jeff, to try to determine that. So, but yeah, if it becomes an issue, I'll deal with it on the way out.
Okay.
What would it take to break apart the traps and build something else that we can, if we use to our own advantage if we need to?
Survival, because they're primitive traps. They're made from, like, I guess, stuff around this temple.
Yeah, they're basically bear traps.
Yeah, they're bear traps using it looks like they're made from both metal, wood, and stone, and whatever was around. It looks like they were just improvised with.
We have plenty of parts upstairs. It probably would be best to not linger down here longer than we need to.
Alright, then I guess we can move ahead then. Carefully. When it comes to here, I want to take a look down the corner of it and look around to see if there's anything on either side, whichever side.
So does it have anything that lets it see in the dark?
Let me check. It has an enhanced optics suite.
Does it specifically say it removes setback from the dark?
It removes added. It moves up to 2 blacks, added 12 perception, vigilance, and combat skill checks due to darkness.
Okay, so you can make a perception, and you have 1 setback instead of 3.
Okay.
So 3 purple, 1
And
setback.
that roll was to sense life in short range of us, specifically that black area that I can't see into.
There's
I
life.
know.
You sense life here, and you sense some life forms down in that hole.
Okay, it only goes out to short, and I'm not worried about our group because obviously.
Then you sense your party members if it's short. Nothing else is within short.
Okay.
Gain some useful information. Do we see any tracks or anything down there that would indicate any which way anything might have gone past, or which way they might have gone?
You don't see, because this is on a solid surface, you're not seeing any muddy footprints or anything. You don't see anything that looks like it's disturbed the dust.
Weird writing.
Except for where you guys are moving.
You saw beforehand, any kind of weird writing to maybe we can try to identify?
Not in this area. All that writing was at the entrance of the cave that you saw.
With no indication of which path anyone would have ran. What do I see at the very bottom of this, at the end of this tunnel here?
It looks like a bulkhead, an open bulkhead with a ladder.
Open bulkhead ladder. Okay. All right. So there's a ladder going up or down.
Going down.
A ladder going further down, or there is a side passage. Which route do y'all want to take?
I think
It might be worth just kind of peeking toward the ladder if we can get past the side passage without being seen.
You guys were successful with your stealth roll, so if you don't do anything that breaks that stealth roll, you should be able to stay with it.
I'll have it look down the ladder and see what it sees.
Looks like a room, like a more modern, recently built room. Not modern, but it's newer than this 8,000 plus year old temple.
That's interesting.
It looks like it's made from a lot of parts that you guys have noticed in the spare parts bin.
Hey, have any of y'all been down here before?
I haven't even been this far before.
Hey, so how are you talking? Are you talking normal voice? Are you yelling?
Me?
Yeah.
We're using comms.
Yeah.
Why would we just be screaming across the room?
It sounded whenever he said, "Hey, have you got?" It sounded like it was a little loud to me. I didn't hear him.
Have any of y'all been down here before? This thing looks a little bit newer than the rest of the place.
I have not.
Perhaps
See,
take
look
a
at the right there. Look at how this structure is built compared to everything else. I know you know something, right, Patta?
Yes, it does. It does look like similar parts to what we were using upstairs.
Can we make a determination how old or how this was built? How long ago it was?
Like
I'm not sure how you would do that. You can just tell that the parts look about as old as the parts you have been using.
Rust or anything like that on there, or anything like that kind of gives it an age.
It looks like the same age as the parts you've been using. Someone mentioned they wanted to look down the passageway. They can look. It's going to be a 3 purple. And it's 3 setback for darkness unless someone has stuff to remove darkness. Setback. Environmental.
3 purple. Nope.
It looks like there's nothing. All right, so you guys want to go down the hole?
Should we try and did anyone do like a perception down that hole or not?
Not yet. I've already done a couple perception checks. Someone else wants to take a look.
I am not good at perception, so someone else can probably do it.
I can take a peek down there real quick.
Just 2 purple with no setback. I mean, well, with the 3 setback, unless you have something that lets you see perfectly in darkness.
I removed 3 setback from perception checks.
There you go. So it's just 2 purple to see down there. All right.
Ignore those force dice I forgot to click off.
So it looks like it leads into another room, complete with door still walls, some type of computer console, and hatchways.
Does this hatch have a door over it or something like that, or look like it will close open?
Well, it's open. Yeah, it's got like a little hatch lever that you see on a ship that you can. But it's got the wheel, the metal wheel on both ends, so it can be opened from inside or on top.
Damn it, so it stays open. I don't want to get down there and get stuck in there.
She'll describe what she sees down there, but then she'll say, perhaps we should clear this level so that way we have no enemies behind us before we descend.
Could I do mechanics on the door hatch to make sure it stays open?
So you can,
either jam a lever or something.
When you're about to do that, one of the players puts a rock so that it won't shut.
As long as it's going to hold it open. I'm worried about getting trapped down there.
All right, so
you want to put on the empty passage, the other passage, or what do you want to do?
Up to you guys. I was just suggesting that we should probably check the rest of this level so we don't have any unknowns behind us coming in from behind.
Okay.
Well, 2 people have looked down there and it looks clear to them. Or they at least can't see anything.
think I'd rather try and clear out this level first.
I'm gonna set my micro spy camera behind us from the route that we came, and that way I can check and see.
Perhaps, though, rather than leaving this open, we should try and close it until we're ready to go down there.
Does it have an obvious means of closing? Is there like a hatch or anything?
Yeah, it is. It is a hatch, just like those ship hatches with the.
My only concern is how much noise is it going to make if we attempt to close it.
That would require a stealth check to see if you're able to stealthfully close the lid.
Can we?
Oh, go ahead.
I was gonna say, could we maybe have Patta or one of the other mechanically aligned people have a look at it and see if there's like, if they can kind of assess how old and damaged and squeaky this is going to be, and see if there's a way we can reduce that.
You guys can spend a light side point to have like lube on hand, like a can of Space WD-40.
It looks like it opens up into more areas, right?
Yeah.
All right, yeah. So I guess if we need to spend a light side point, we'll just have some grease to put on the hinges.
There's my my droid thing, the little micro remote thing to look.
Yeah, we might, like, it can be open from the inside, so like it's kind of pointless to close it unless we're gonna jam it. Maybe just if we leave a remote here so we know if something's coming behind us, would that be an option?
Yeah, it's just a micro camera I built a while back.
So like that way we'll at least know if something comes out of this hatch while we're going the other way.
That works for me as long as we have somebody that has that and can monitor it.
Whoever has the remote control can monitor it.
Okay, yeah, let's put the camera. I'll put it back from the way where the traps were. Do we want it above the hatch, or where we want to put it?
I think you're kind of close to the intersection would be probably ideal.
That's what I was thinking, close to the intersection so it can monitor both ways.
And then we can clear this level maybe before we check out the next one.
All right, so we want to, I guess, look down the long hatch. I guess I'll look down this hatch since Nunku didn't see anything.
Do you not trust Nunku?
My droid almost got smashed by a trap when you looked last.
You're the one who didn't decide to look.
So you guys can hear a slight, maybe deep breathing noise as you start getting a little closer. And as you get closer, it sounds almost like a deep, almost snore, but not quite a snore, but like a...
I'll speak in binary, but what do you see, Viper?
Let's not see, it's here.
You hear Viper?
Then Viper goes...
Oh, it just replays the audio. Nice.
I don't think you put lighting on, dynamic lighting on your token.
I guess not. 1 second.
Again, I forgot to click out, but that roll was to do sense at short range again.
Nothing's within short range. You'd see it. Oh, now Viper's starting to see something. It looks like a green brownish arm, like a really big one.
Can I make a xenology check to see what it is?
Yeah, I'd say a 1 purple. I think these are pretty common.
And Pat is going to pull out his blaster and reconfigure it so it's a lightsaber hilt.
I would like to make a xenology check as well.
Yeah, it's easy. 1 purple. It looks like a Rancor that might be sleeping. The Sleeping Rancor. That was the name of a ship. Yep. Definitely looks like an unconscious Rancor.
Like I said, it's a Rancor that's sleeping. So there's a Rancor up ahead. We either gotta be very careful or just avoid it altogether. Does it look like it's this tunnel we're going through is big enough for it to get through if it does try to get through?
Not where you guys came from. Where you're at now, it could squeeze, but not that very narrow pathway you came through that it funnels into.
Another way it got down here, then, in other words.
I'd like to ask about another narrative force thing, if you will allow it.
What?
Either with just rolling my force dice and discipline, or with rolling sense. We know there's an evil down here. I'm trying to sense if dark side is emanating off of this Rancor or not, or if it's just a Rancor, you know.
Do you have some power that lets you do that?
There is no power in FFG that says this lets you detect force-sensitive people.
I think sense lets you detect like thoughts and emotions, though, right?
Yeah, it does.
Well, just get within short range of the creature and do a sense on it.
Okay, once we get within short range, I guess I'll do that. But that's what I was asking is, if it's just a Rancor, I don't care. I'm just trying to figure out if it's part of this dark side force emanation that we're sensing.
Oh, its eyes are closed, so it looks like it could just be a sleeping Rancor.
Yeah, we'll see how long it stays asleep.
Do we know how heavy of a sleeper Rancors are?
Well, I'm pretty sure with what I got from Xenology, can tell you.
Probably about 1.5 tons.
But no, how heavy of a sleeper? Like
How much noise can you make before it wakes up?
Yeah.
Oh, it depends on how hungry it is.
Can we tell how hungry it is?
It looks like it could be hungry. It looks like it's not as fat as they could be. Its stomach doesn't appear to be bloated as if it ate a lot of food.
Is there a check we can make to see how hungry it is to determine how much noise we can get away with?
You don't want to make any noise, I'm assuming, if you don't want to wake it, because you never know. You don't know how light sleeper someone is. You're just going off stereotypes with the xenology.
I know. Okay.
So, Aliana, you can do your sense, whatever. Your sense power to sense its thoughts.
Well, I have Viper hold position back here.
It has thoughts?
So you just roll the... Okay, there you go. All right, so you sense it is in a cave full of cat hounds that it is deliciously munching on and getting the satisfaction of quelling its hunger, eating a bunch of cat hounds. You get the feeling that it's had all the spiders it can take, and it's thinking of eating cat hounds and maybe rontos and anything other than those spider creatures. It seems like it's had its fill of those, but you don't sense any sinister. It seems all animalistic, hunger, sleep, And
Yeah, so it's just doing its thing. It's not tainted by the dark side. That's all I was trying to figure out.
Yeah.
Okay, then yeah, that's like I said. That's all I was trying to figure out. If it's just a rain core doing its thing, or if it was tainted by the dark side down here.
Well, there's something that brought it here.
Now, you've seen how big areas of this cave are. It could have just wandered down here.
It's not the direction we came, so there might be another route it came through.
Has all those advantages from Viper's xenology check been spent?
He was spending it to see if it, how hungry it might look based on characteristics. So I told him about its stomach didn't look bloated as if it ate.
I just have a specific question that I'd like to ask.
What's that?
And I may not even need an advantage. Based on the size of this thing, if we come back to here, can it fit through this little narrow passageway here?
No, I already said that.
That's what I asked.
Okay,
Is this
okay.
a little
I might have missed that
right?
because I dropped on voice for a bit.
No, we just we know that if we stay back here, it can't fit through. So if it does wake up, we can retreat back to here at least.
Okay. Looks like there's side passages here we can go around, possibly.
Yeah, are these side passages?
You do know they're pretty strong though, and that if you do have it, and if it's hungry and you do wake it, it could cause, like if you're looking at the ground. Here's something I'll give you because you got all those advantages. The ground looks like these pieces of rock and stuff may have fallen from the ceiling. So
Well, the thing is,
maybe
it's not,
having
like,
a woken
really-
rancor is probably not a good idea if you don't want pieces of the ceiling collapsing.
Yeah, it might cause the structure to come down or something.
Well, that's a way to kill it.
Yeah, but then the Jedi Temple might fall
I'd
down.
be worried about yourselves versus it being crushed by those.
Yeah, you get squished.
Well, the thing is, it isn't hungry because you said that it's had all the spiders it could eat.
No, you don't know that. Aliana senses that it does not want to eat any more spiders unless it has to. It's dreaming about its favorite foods.
About the only thing she would really relay is it's looking for newer prey other than what it's had down here to eat. So be cautious.
Oh, and Nunku, they got really good smell, so you might not want to get so close.
Yeah, you made a pretty good. You surpassed your xenology, so you should definitely.
He took a shower.
It doesn't matter. You know, dogs, they can smell a sock and they can identify where you went if you're trying to break from a prison. It's got that kind of smell.
Okay.
So which way do we want to go? Up or down? Because it looks like we can go around. Did I lose voice again?
I heard you. I didn't hear anyone respond.
I'm just thinking.
My daughter came in asking a question.
I'm just thinking.
I don't know. When in doubt, we've still got that. There was that other passage. The first.
I'd like to check out that other place, and then maybe someone stay on standby in case it does still. Hopefully, it doesn't still on us.
Hey, just a question, Will, since you seem to be pretty familiar with the Force. If Nunku is being corrupted by the crystal slowly, would a thought enter his mind into just kill the creature while it's asleep? Is there something I would have to spend for him to have that thought cross his mind?
It's more narrative when it comes to that kind of stuff. Like forcing his character to do it is a little much, but you could
putting the idea in his head.
Yeah, that's more narrative. There's no hard fast rules for that.
Isn't Nunku like a beast hunter or something like that?
So Nunku, you think that head would make a perfect spot on the ship, seeing how your Krat dragon was destroyed and they got rid of its remains. And you're thinking, it's asleep. I could probably kill it before it wakes up. So that thought kind of enters your mind. That thought kind of enters your mind.
Especially with the new lightsaber you have.
But he didn't make it with the corrupted crystal, right? He just made it with the regular crystal.
No, I made it with the Krat dragon crystal.
Yeah, that's not the corrupted crystal.
Correct.
Cool. So, you guys do what you want.
I think we should go up.
Is anyone else talking? Has Klein, you're make sure Klein's there still in Jahat.
Yeah, no,
I
I'm
just
here.
So
yeah,
I'm
my
gonna
only
go back and check out that structure because it's got a new computer console. Maybe we can figure out something about this area. So if you guys want to go further, you can go further. I'll leave VPR Viper here on watch.
We also had that other passageway all the way at the beginning. Wasn't there a fork?
right, yeah, that person. Maybe go peek down there, and we can leave the remote here, watching these two passages.
But that's all the way back there.
Yeah, I don't think my road will cover that much area.
No, but I mean, we can go up there.
Yeah, we can go up there.
Yeah, he's talking about the distance.
I want to see about this newer structure that's here.
So do we want to just go down there while we're still at this point?
I say wait here, might as well. Plus, they said it looks newer technology, so maybe we can find out about who built it, what it's for, what it actually is, if it is even part of this area or something else.
Can we try and? I ask Aliana, do you think if I know that she's sensing life forms, I ask if she can sense life forms when we get closer to the hatch.
Yeah, I didn't see any down there, but I can.
I have a similar talent, but much shorter range.
So is that what everybody's wanting to do? Is go down the hatch?
I think Jahat and Patta are both voting. Or I don't know about Patta. Jahat's voting to check this level first, so checking the other passage on this level before we try going down further. But
Yeah, same here.
Yeah,
Could
I
be.
think checking the rest of this level sounds like a better idea.
So I think if we're checking this level, we should go all the way to the north where the other fork is, rather than try and sneak past the Rancor.
Yeah, I
Right,
think that's
at
what
least
they're
first.
talking about, is going all the way back and trying that direction first.
All right, is that I'm voting that first.
Yeah.
If we're going to the hatch, I think we should all go in the hatch.
How much space is in the hatch?
It looks like a room, and then it looks like it goes off into two other. It looks like there's hallways that go into two different directions.
See, that's why I'm worried about
seemed-
going down into the hatch, because there's other rooms down there. It's not just one.
It seemed to be a whole other level. That's why I was thinking we clear this level before we proceed further down. So go back and check the other way.
I mean, if everything else up here leads to the Rancor, we can just assume that the Rancor is kind of stuck in there at least, and then check the hatch. But I'd rather know that there's not other threats up here.
Mm-hmm. Don't want to get sidelined and surrounded. Nuncu will start making a map of the place. Like he'll start at like this little place, and then he'll keep on like expanding the map as we backtrack.
So you
Just
guys
so that
moving?
Just so that we don't like get lost.
You guys are moving back.
I'm just moving so I can see. I don't know if I probably wouldn't continue moving if no one else was. And definitely probably not going to be the front. I think this is as far as we went, right?
Yes, that is as far as we went.
So you see the writing on the walls again. Who was it that was able to read it last time?
Nuncu.
And Jahat.
Okay. So is that because you both had corrupted crystals?
Yep.
Right.
Okay, yeah. So you guys can kind of see it. It makes sense to you.
Okay.
Aliana, you can see writing on the wall too. Do you read Ancient Sith?
Nope.
Okay, so it doesn't make sense to you.
Bad vibe walls. Don't look at them.
Question for you when you say ancient Sith. Do you mean the Sith Order or the actual Sith race empire?
The ancient
think
Sith
I think
Empire,
the
but
Order.
not the Masani, if that's what you're asking. The Masani
Yeah,
are
that's what I'm saying. The extinct actual Sith that was their species type thing.
yeah,
versus-
not the one that Exar Kun sent them all to their death so he could have ultimate power. Not those, just the ancient Sith Empire.
So like the Jedi's enemy Sith, not like the actual race Sith.
Yep, those are known to be on Yavin 4, if anyone even knows that, because that's probably pretty rare knowledge.
Well, no, I'm just saying in general. The reason I'm asking is because though I can't read it, I would think I would be able to at least go, yeah, that's. She might refer to it as dark side stuff. You know what I'm saying? Versus
Yeah.
a language of a dead people.
It's 4,000 years old. It's just like the basic was kind of was old ancient basic, so it was a little different. So this would be like if you knew what the Sith language looked like, this would be like the ancient old English version of the Sith language.
Ah, okay.
So as you guys start coming towards the end, the polished floors start to go away, and it starts going back to dust, and you see a bunch of rubble. And what looks like it used to be buildings or some type of building. And you see bricks and dust crumbling. The crumbling is actually dust that's fallen from the ceiling versus a dirt floor, because underneath the dirt you can see the polished floors again. Well, not, they're a polished surface, but they're still really dusty from dust and bricks and stuff collapsing and the bunch of debris on the ground. But there are definitely some ancient looking structures.
Can we look for traps?
You can do whatever you want, just let me know.
That would be a survival check.
What's the difficulty?
Perception. 3 purple.
Come on, you can do it. Maybe. Possibly. Never mind.
Alright, so you don't see any traps.
I mean, it's not perception, it's survival, but...
Where are you seeing survival at? Does that specifically say for traps?
Traps. I thought you said tracks.
Traps. TRAPS.
Oh, I heard it.
Are you looking for...
It's the same for me regardless.
Alright.
Okay.
Were you looking for tracks or traps with the P?
The P.
Okay, that's what I thought. You don't see any traps with a P.
Any indication of anyone being here recently for the useful information?
That would be a survival check. Because you see some tracks moving in and out, but it's nothing very clear.
Okay, could I use that perception to boost my survival check?
Yeah.
You can notice thing.
You can get 2 boost.
You can do the notice thing as well.
Yeah, you can use notice information if you want. Useful information.
That's what I was using useful information for.
Okay. It looks like right here you see some levers.
So there might be some traps. Alright, yeah, let's look for some traps.
I'll look for.
But I just look for traps, so I'll tell my solid lever there, and they can use that for a boost for them to look for traps specifically.
Okay, I'll use the boost to look for a trap. Never mind, I won't.
The triumph means there's no traps. Yes.
Yeah, I used the triumph. There's no traps.
So, that setback is making you guys feel like you need to probably do another group stealth roll.
Okay.
So, 2 red and a purple. Do you guys want some more dark side points?
No. I do not want more dark side points.
You've only got 2 light side, I mean. Are you sure?
I do not want more dark side.
Alright, so Nunku's getting the feeling that maybe we should do another stealth roll. Because he is he just gets that feeling with that threat.
I think there's someone watching us.
His hair, he doesn't have hair, but his scales start to feel tingly, as if maybe just to reassure him, he'd feel a lot more comfortable. So you might want to relay that to the group. Maybe you should relay that to the group that you have a feeling that maybe you guys should do another stealth roll.
I think there's someone watching us. I think we need to stealth more.
I mean, I don't think we stopped sneaking at any point.
Activate stealth mode.
This is just us doing another roll to see how successful this next few minutes is.
Yeah, so this is just a threat that Nunku's feeling paranoid and feeling like maybe we're not stealthy enough. He's got doubt in his mind. It's just Nunku, though. Nunku's the only one that obviously feels this way.
If he feels that way, then he can make another stealth check.
Yeah, you can. You can make a stealth check on your own if you want, Nunku. What do you want to use that advantage for? Do you want to use that advantage to upgrade your stealth check?
No. Didn't we say that?
Not advantage. I mean the triumph. What did you say?
Didn't we say that the triumph was used for no traps?
Oh, if you want to go that way, yeah. You don't. Well, you were looking for traps, so it can't actually override your failure. So we can't do it for that.
I never found any traps. There could have just been no traps at all.
You're failing to specifically find traps, so you failed the roll, so you can't use the triumph to succeed after you've already failed. You can use it to upgrade a check.
No. Here's the thing. I'm not saying I see traps. I'm saying there are no traps. I was looking to see if there are traps. So that means
So he's looking for something that is actually not there.
Exactly.
Well, 2 of you look for something, and you both have failed at finding traps. So you don't see any traps.
Cool. There are no traps though.
So what do you want to use the advantage for?
You can use a triumph for something that's pretty sweeping.
Yeah.
Like one triumph, that seems like a tall order for one triumph. In my opinion. Like if I had complex traps planned out and someone said no traps, I'd be like no.
So what do you want to use the triumph for? Because you don't see any traps. And neither did Viper. Neither of you guys see traps.
How about if we do walk into a trap, it gives us a chance to avoid it by jumping out of the way.
That's why I said, do you want to use the triumph to give you an upgrade on a check, or give someone an upgrade on a check? Because that would be basically the same type of thing, narratively.
Okay.
Oh wow.
So you would hear the click of the trap, and you would just jump out of the way just in time.
Man. So Nunku, you are not confident that you actually succeeded in your stealth check. You are really, really paranoid now. You're like,
Okay.
you're thinking you're hearing stuff in your head now. You're starting to think, I am watching. You hear like this shadowy voice in your head saying, I am watching you. Go on. Come, lead all your friends to me. I am hungry. So you're thinking you're hearing these things in your head. That's what that despair is.
Okay. So, with that in his mind, he will walk over to Aliana and start freaking out. Aliana, there's something in my head. There's a dark presence in my head. Fix it. Fix it. Fix it.
Hey, keep it down.
I think that successfully broke stealth.
I'm moving back when that starts.
Calm down.
He's in my head. He's in my head.
Viper, take scout point.
Yes, that might happen down here, but just try to block it out and don't listen to it.
But if he's in my head, then he knows where we are.
So that means we'll likely encounter whoever it is very soon.
How are you so calm? He's gonna find us.
Hold on here, hold on.
I didn't say you guys lost stealth. He played it how he wanted to play it.
I think that's good. So yeah, we backed up. I have Viper on standby.
Wow. Nope. I didn't get the success.
Tried to calm him down.
Hey!
Non-calming.
Do you think that might trigger a fear effect for all of you guys, maybe? To think that he might be right, not just being super paranoid?
I bet me and Patta backed up. I saw Patta back up. I backed up too, and I put Viper to on standby.
Patta backed up because of how much noise he's making.
Oh yeah, that too. I would say he did break our stealth by freaking out like that. It was being too loud.
Yeah, and I'm very unnerved by the paranoia because I don't think it's natural.
Calm down. You have your saber. Trust in yourself.
But
What's wrong with Nunku?
I think Nunku's been playing with forces he doesn't understand.
What kind of forces?
Hey, so anyone that's actually been looking at computer files and saw some stuff such as corruption and saw evidence of the clones being corrupted by a presence and anything about the temple, these thoughts start to come to your head now. But no one has actually discussed that among the other members of the group. So I'm just letting you know that as he's talking about that, these thoughts start going to your head.
Okay, well then in that case, Klein's going to come and sort of run over to Patta and in a very low tone, so not trying to really be alarming, but I will explain to him that in the medical files that I had seen that there was the test subjects who had a mystery donor that had midichlorian in their system, and they were trying to clone clones with midichlorians. I don't understand all of it, but they were becoming very aggressive and agitated, and they actually had to kill one of the test subjects, apparently, due to the aggression. And yeah, they were talking about in the file how it was like mutating, I think was the word, and altering the midichlorian levels or something like that in their blood. Could that be happening to him?
Has he been exposed to any of the devices or chemicals? It could be possible something like that happened when I wasn't looking, but I know there's some sort of non-physical presence here too, which could explain some of that, a possession or something like that. Seems like some of the miners had that effect.
Out of character, I remember at one point there was something about Nunku being tempted to go try and clone himself or something like that. Am I misremembering that? Like there was something about him going in and injecting himself?
Yeah, Nunku never tried cloning himself.
Okay, he never acted on that.
I don't think anyone told
They were
Nunku he
joking.
could clone.
We were joking around in chat.
Okay.
She's going to attempt to calm down Nunku, get him to sit down with her. We're just going to plop down on the ground right here where we're at. and trying to get him to explaining the whole.
Are you about to do a dice roll?
Meditation and stuff.
Are you going to do a dice roll?
If I need to calm him down, it won't be a force thing, but
yeah, okay.
If I need to do some sort of charm to try to calm him down or leadership.
Yeah, I think leadership, but I'm going to go ahead and give you guys are just. I feel real bad having 5 dark side points to your 2, so I'm going to go ahead and upgrade whatever skill check you want to do.
How do you still have 5?
Well, I think it's because Nunku is a player, so it's really up to him. But
oh yeah, you can definitely attempt to calm him down.
Yeah, I didn't know because even if we're rolling dice against each other, it's still sort of up to the player to say yeah.
I'm just hoping. I'm just hoping that I get a threat or a despair so that Nunku thinks he hears something.
I think leadership goes against what then in that case?
Discipline, I think.
Yeah, one purple.
So it's a red, right? Yeah.
And also, now that Klein said he might be dangerous, Patta's moving a little bit closer.
Nunku, Patta used a light side to get the grease.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so Aliana's helping you meditate. You don't think you hear any sounds when you go to sit down. So you didn't hear anything that startled you as you were sitting down with Aliana, so Aliana can narrate what she's doing.
Basically, she's going to try to sit him down and get him to, concentrate on the light side. Basic Jedi meditation stuff is what she's trying to relay to him today.
I am the Force, and the Force is with me.
I don't hear anything anymore. I think what you did worked.
Ooh.
Yeah, I'm not going to use those dark sides, so.
Take the easy way out. Do it!
Well, I would, but I don't want to flip a light side. That's the problem. It's not taking the conflict. It's flipping the light side that I don't want to do.
I've still got a little more dark side than light side, so.
But she's going to explain to him while we're sitting there meditating. You remember the first crystal you took when we got here? This is one of those side effects of that. It's slow. When I told you that it slowly drives you insane, when I was saying you probably shouldn't mess with it.
I haven't been messing with it.
Right, you don't have to be touching it if it's on your person. It can affect you.
Hey, Angiver, what's your stealth? Is it in your stealth check? What's the total?
For Viper, it's 6 yellows.
6 red? Okay.
Plus two blues and 2 advantages.
And I don't know how long the process takes, but it seems like Nunku really wants to hold on to that corrupted crystal, so I'd like to sort of start talking through the process of purging said corrupted crystal.
I mean, he just hasn't had a reason to let it go.
Oh, okay. Okay. Then in that case, she's like, yes, it'll slowly drive you mad just by having it, even if you're not using it or messing with it, just being in that close of a proximity to you.
All right. So you guys got 6 threat you guys can spend, but as you can see, that was a successful roll.
Alright, so yeah, so for the threat, I want it to what we wanted it to take some damage, whatever it is. If it's not a whatever it is that's been strained. Otherwise, and also to notice that something noticed us.
What?
Oh yeah. Can we like use the?
I want something to know that it noted that we noticed that something noticed us, that we weren't that because like I said, no, someone was able to successfully found it. But also, like I said, if there's anything extra, probably either give us a boost or to take strain.
You can give it strain. I don't know how you're going to know that something
Oh wait,
heard or sensed you.
Isn't 3 threat equal to 1 despair?
No, 3 threat can trigger some events that a despair can trigger, but it's not.
What happens was it drops something because at 3 threat it can drop something, right?
If it was holding on to anything.
Is this a bad guy? I have a suggestion because that's a lot of threat.
Yep.
It saw us, but we saw it as well with all that threat.
Well, I didn't actually see because it's nowhere. There's nothing that you can actually see each other. It'd have to be a listening thing.
So it was listening in. Okay. So when it found out it made a noise that we could hear.
Yeah, it moves like a ton of rocks or something.
I mean, it is 4 threat.
No, it's actually 6. So, yeah, I guess you hear a scratching noise, maybe, of disturbance of the ground, very faint, but you hear something, like something moved. I guess that'd be the best. Something moving in the dirt.
Uh-oh.
So you want to do that instead of the strain?
Yeah, that's it. If we had to use all 4 for that, I'd rather it be up.
It's actually 6 because you said you got 2 advantages with the, right? Your droid gives you 2 advantages, so it's actually 6.
Yeah, the droid has 2 blues. Let me see why it has 2 blue. I see 1. Let me double check something.
Is there only 1 blue? All right, we'll just go with this then.
2 blue on roll 20. But let me see why it is. 1 second.
It might be your speaks binary.
I thought we were going to speak fire and I didn't include it.
But yes, unless you want to be fighting with that, for the rest of your life, essentially, it would be better to just discard that crystal.
How do I destroy it so that no one else can have it?
The easy answer to that is to take it back to where you got it from. The even easier thing, this area that we're in down here is bad, so just toss it off in the corner and forget about it.
But what if someone else takes it and they start getting bad vibes?
I believe the people up above us plan on collapsing this place, so chances are nobody else is going to be coming down here.
They left and they gave you guys the remote to detonate whenever you guys are done.
Okay, so yeah, Noki will... Well, with that knowledge, Noki will just toss it to the side.
Where at? Indicate on the map. And you're tossing it versus quietly planting it. But it's okay, you already heard a sound off in the distance.
Yeah, someone already knows we're here, so yeah, he's gonna like throw it like in the rubble area.
Where did we hear that noise coming from, by the way?
Oh yeah, where did we hear it from?
What direction?
Oh. But yeah, Noki will just throw it like right here. Or somewhere. He'll throw it away from him as far as he can.
Besides, you have your crate dragon one anyway, right?
Alright, so we'll just say through it right here.
Maybe it's just 1.
There's this crystal, that purple dot.
And she'll use her jump up talent and then reach down to give Nunko a hand to help him up.
Noki looks at the hand and
So
go.
yeah, so just one blue is what it is, I guess. I don't see why I had 2 blues. It might have been a mistake.
Alright, well then we'll just go with that.
The 2 advantage I had, which was threat, I guess. So yeah, so it'll be whatever, one blue, whichever you roll for that.
Alright, so
the 2 advantage.
We're moving on. We're moving on. We're good.
Alright.
Alright, so what do you guys want to do now?
I
Is
think
Patta still
we should probably
contemplating
get ready
on
for whatever's coming.
I'm gonna say Aliana didn't hear it because she was busy with Nunku. So
I'm gonna say this. I think something's out there. Be on standby. I tell Viper on standby in binary.
and I'm assuming you're relaying that to all of us as well. Because, like I said, I was just playing it. Aliana wasn't paying attention enough to have noticed it.
Oh yeah, Nunku was too much freaking out.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and make my do an inspiring rhetoric roll here as Jihad draws his blaster. Gives everybody a little bit of a.
Oh no, Patta was getting close to knock Nunku out if he started freaking out because I have
Okay.
a pressure point. He wasn't going to kill him. He has very good non-lethal takedown abilities. So he was gonna if you like flipped out because it seemed like you were gonna flip.
Yeah, because Will wasn't Alion wasn't able to calm me down the first time, so he was gonna like if he had to.
Or give you a sedative or something.
The second time.
When I look at your blaster, say, if you ever need a good blaster built, I'm pretty good at building those things.
And I guess Aliana would have the lightsabers back in hand, one in each hand, but not ignited at this point until there's an actual threat that we can see.
Okay, so did I miss anything?
Not really.
My character notices the weapon that JG Hot pulled out and says, he can craft something too, maybe something better.
All right, so what are you guys doing?
I'm gonna pop a stem.
I'm just waiting to see. Do we want to keep going down that way, or do we want to go back?
Are we still being stealthy or not?
All right, so I boost my strength and my willpower.
Does that last for an encounter or what?
Yes.
So,
yeah.
We were trying to be stealthy, but someone must have heard it. They must have heard Anonku with his
no. So you were trying to. No, what you did is you heard something move down there. So for all you know, you're still stealthy, but you heard something down that corner move as if getting up from. It sounds like the noise if you're sitting Indian style. Well, and then you were getting up to a standing position. It sounded kind of like that if you had scraping in the dirt. So.
Gotcha. So, not igniting the sabers yet.
So, like I said, well, I have Viper on standby. Tell him he's got our 6. Well, he's got our rear covered. Coming, Klein? Or are you going to stay back with Viper?
I'm coming. Sorry, I'll be there in a sec.
Guess it's time to face whatever's in here.
I don't know why everyone thought Nucky was going to turn evil.
Does anybody other than Patta or Klein have strain right now?
Let's go ahead and do initiative.
Okay. I'm guessing we're going to do the vigilance.
So you guys know, you guys can do cool.
So are droids the same as mine one, or what? How are we doing that again?
The droid goes on your turn.
Yeah.
So I don't have to roll anything for that.
I rolled that wrong.
Did we all get a boost or just one of us for the initiative?
Oh yeah, we all got boosts.
So let's see. Let me clear that off and clear your dice pool before you roll, and make sure you roll on the.
Okay.
So let me clear it first.
We roll with the boost, right?
Okay, there you go. Yeah, you guys can all roll a boost.
Okay.
I'm using that triumph to allow him to have a free move.
I need to roll for my droid, or he, like I say, he just goes when I go.
I just said that. He goes when you go.
Perfect.
He goes after you go or before you go. He goes during your turn, but your character does its maneuver and then it can do it after your stuff's over your move and your action.
Okay, I was just seeing if I had to roll for it or not. That's all.
All right.
And I'll go ahead and spend both those light side pips for successes on mine. So can you make that 2/2 into a 4/2?
2/2 into a 4/2. All right. Does the triumphs actually do anything in initiative?
I think you get a free maneuver.
Extra
Yeah,
success.
free maneuver.
Okay. So we're going with the 6 squares as a. What are your maneuver? Why is your droid moving? Why are you moving after the fact? Are you taking the first initiative slot?
Oh no, I thought we were just getting in position. I didn't know we starting right now.
Nope.
At
As soon as I roll initiative. All right. So it's PC slot.
If someone wants me to boost him, I can go first. Does anyone want to boost?
I feel like for the first one, we should have the people in the back move up, or whoever wants to move back, because it is the. If I'm not wrong, it is the Sith dude next, right after us.
I could also give someone a boost to one of their characteristics if they want me to go first. If anyone wants to take a stimulant.
I was just going to move Viper into position so we can see if anything comes out. That's all it's going to do.
Okay, if you want to take it, I'm just asking if anyone wants the buff.
I don't need it, but I think he's pretty good where he can see right now from here. Unless the wall's in the way. Try to move to where he's not in the wall, anything in the way.
Yeah, so like if anyone wants to move back, they can. And then just like aim and stuff.
Okay. Yeah, so then we're going to just stay there and take an aim in case anything pops out.
Mm-hmm.
NPC turn.
All right. You hear a really loud noise. And you hear a. You feel the ground kind of rumbling a little bit. I think something woke up the Rancor.
Uh-oh.
PC slot.
Anyone want to take this one to like run away?
Am I in a hallway that's narrow enough? I think it's all us at this point. Am I in a hallway that's narrow enough that the Rancor can't easily get in here?
Where are you? It's a 3x3 base. It can squeeze to a 2x2. 2x3
All right,
if it needs to.
it can get to us here.
Yeah, it can easily get through there.
So yeah, we should just start running now.
I agree. Or maybe someone distracted on this side where we can't get through.
All right, who's going? It's PC slot.
Already went. Next.
All right, next PC. Who's going?
I guess I'll take this one. Nunku will go to the way back and a double move.
All right. Next PC.
All right. Well, with Klein seeing everybody moving back, I'll also double time and book it and get out of there.
Okay, next PC.
Um,
So we're
Well.
definitely fleeing, or
Yeah, definitely.
All right, who's going?
Jahat will go ahead and he will spin one maneuver to take a defensive position, and maybe kneeling or something like that. And he's going to do a second maneuver to aim.
Hot is really expecting to kill this thing.
All right. Then I guess this is the last PC before the next round. So whoever hasn't gone.
That
Yep,
will be
question.
Elena.
Question for you.
Uh-huh.
If this is the Rancor, from looking at it, I'm assuming this spot here is too small for it to fit through. Would that be accurate? So it would have to be coming either from behind us or from over here?
Yeah, it's probably going to be coming from... Now, any spots that's two, it can squeeze. If there's a spot that has two squares, it can squeeze.
Well, what I'm asking you specifically is, can it get through right here?
That's too small. It could probably get an arm through there.
Okay.
But not its whole body. This spot right here, it could definitely squeeze through.
Over the comms. I think I'm going to go down here. If I can try to draw it away, if it comes out from where I'm thinking it's going to come out, I can try to hold its attention so you guys can shoot at it.
Sounds good.
Now,
do we have enough initiative slots? I haven't gone this round.
Now, does willingly harming a creature that's just hungry, does that generate conflict?
Well, my idea is more so I'm thinking they're retreating, so they're going that way. I'm going to go through this way to be able to check out what's in here since they're drawing the Rancor out.
Yeah, but you specifically said to help them shoot it.
If she's probably protecting herself, keeping it so she doesn't die, I don't think that would produce conflict.
But she's purposely putting herself in a environment. She's specifically maneuvering it so that the creature will get attacked.
Unless they flee, which is what they were doing, right?
Well, someone's.
It could be coming at us either way, though. So that's kind of a stretch. We could run into it running the other way for all we know.
Yeah, and that's what I was getting at. Either way, it's coming towards us, which means it's not in here because it can't get through the direction I'm going. So that's what I was doing, was going to check this area out, basically.
Oh, okay.
But putting myself in a position where it can't run up on me. That's what I was trying to do.
All right. All right, so before we do the next slot, I need to add this into the...
I didn't go that round, so I don't know if we have enough initiative slots.
It should have gone.
Someone said they did something, so I don't know if everyone rolled...
Oh, no, wait, Patta, you stimulated yourself.
I did that, but did I do that before combat, though?
No.
Because I offered to... No, I did it before combat when they heard us. Before we even rolled initiative, I think.
There's 6 slots for PCs, so unless he went through too fast.
I've only been going when people said they're done or they've done something. So if someone said they did something more than once, I might have clicked it again.
Yeah, you might have kicked it twice because he did his roll before he went into initiative.
So.
And I don't want to ignite my lightsabers right now, but I will activate my shield gauntlet just to give me those extra defense that I don't have for having my lightsaber lit.
All right, so.
It just has. I'm sorry. As a little side note, I don't know if Patta and Klein heard me, but earlier, right before we did initiative, when we first heard the sound, and I did that inspiring rhetoric thing, each of you two can recover 1 strain.
Oh,
if you
perfect.
did it already.
Okay, yeah, I'll take that. I took 1 to do my boost.
So Patta can go, and then we can go back to the top of the round.
I asked Jihad if you want me to give you a physical boost of any kind, since I'm standing right next to you.
Maybe Braun.
All right. So it's going to cost 1 strain, if that's all right with you.
Accept.
And that will Did that work? All right. So pick a second characteristic. You get 2 boosts.
Let's do agility.
And then I will, I guess, I don't know. I guess take a defensive maneuver. Is that a thing I can do? Defensive step?
So, okay, I'm a little confused. So, is Jahat the one that didn't go, or did Jahat go when we're on the top of the new round?
So we haven't started a new round yet because you clicked the PCs too fast. So this was Patta's turn since he didn't go.
I got skipped over.
Okay, so this is
Yeah,
your
I'm just
turn.
resolving his-
Okay, so we're not on the next round yet. That's all I'm asking. Okay.
Yeah, now we're at the top of the round. Now it's PC slot.
Okay, so you're done now. Now it's a PC slot, right?
Yeah. So Aliana, if you want to go first, you take the lead.
I don't know. Is it going to require me to do a check to see if I can see the Rancor down here? I mean, I can see this area, so I don't know if you're going to require a check.
Can you actually see the Rancor? Or is it
Where?
outside your view? Can you see the Rancor from where you are?
No, I can't see it at all. That's why I'm asking, is there some sort of check I can do to determine if it's still
you can do perception
in here?
Okay. You can do a perception
That's what
for
I'd
listening.
like to do, is to try to
listen where
try to
you
get
hear
eyes
it
on the
breathing.
Rancor.
Yeah, well, you can't. It's past your vision, but you can actually. I'm thinking. I don't know. I'm thinking you can at least hear it. I mean, I don't know. It depends on what do you have equipment that says you can see normally in darkness, or do you got
I remove 2 setback from the scanner goggles, and I have a talent that removes another setback from perception checks.
Okay, because I'm thinking they have a range, but so you can do a perception check, and I'll tell you where the Rancor is, since it's outside.
Okay,
I figured.
Yeah, I'm just trying to decide if it's still in this area and it may be coming towards me if it sees me, or if it's gonna if it's already out of that area. You know what I'm saying? But what's the difficulty?
Just do an average, 2 purple. Yeah, because I said everyone to be able to at least have 300 feet of vision. All right, so it's right here.
Okay, and I'm not saying I actually see it. It could be other cues, hearing it moving around.
No. I accidentally placed my character down. Oops.
So I'm not too worried about physically seeing it, just being able to have an idea of where it's at, if that makes more sense, Jeff.
Okay.
Noku's like, I got this.
No. I was just dragging. I was dragging my character along to see how far he'd go in 12 squares.
For the time being, I think I'm gonna try to just stay still and hopefully not make myself a target for it.
But yeah, I was just dragging my character to see how far he'd go in 12 squares. But then Jeffrey just moves the map, and I'm just like, oh no, I can't move where I am, so I just have to place my character down and just go back.
Okay, that's good. Let's move along. All right. So NPC slot, the NPC moves. Let's see. All right. It's stumbling around, the ground shaking. Pieces of the ceiling are falling down as it stomps, and it looks like it's sniffing, and it's kind of sniffing towards your direction. Aliana.
Okay.
Okay, so another PC slot.
Did we engage, or do you want us to fall back?
I think he's getting me by scent, and we don't know where this leads if we take this little cut down right here. So it's up to you guys.
I don't want to leave a pretty lady left behind. That would totally go against my character.
Sexist much?
I can
Nunku
handle
will
myself.
go on.
I can handle myself if need be, but I don't want to have to fight this thing unless we have to.
Nunku will say over the comms that the entrance, that's pretty narrow. So if that thing tries to come this way, we could block it off. There's no way it can come to us.
I was thinking maybe we can circle back around on the other side where it couldn't get to us, and maybe we could distract that end. So if you need to go in there and do anything, we can do that.
Nunku will then say, I'm looking at my map, and it seems like all the way from where that thing was into where we made our way back around, it can get us through there.
I'm thinking back where the traps were, but it was too narrow for it to get through over there.
It's not too narrow, actually. It can squeeze there. Because those were 2 squares wide.
Well, and that's what I was thinking.
It's 1.5 when you go up that chute from there.
And logic tells me if we go into this room, we can get back to where we came from, but that still leaves this area
unexplored.
Where we have unexplored. That's the word I was looking for. So I'm thinking maybe it's up to you guys, but try to make y'all's way down this area and just kind of bypass it once again.
So that's what I was trying to see.
But we can't get to this area from the other way, is what I was getting at, without coming back through where the Rancor is.
Well, if I could do the Rancor's.
Okay, guys.
We can go around.
All right, we were taking too much time. Who's next?
All right, I'm gonna go ahead and I'll move. So I'll double time it down towards where we originally were at the start of the game.
Okay. Next PC.
Yeah, Nunku will follow Klein.
All right. Next PC.
What we're trying to do.
All right, it's another PC slot.
All right, Jahat will move up here, and then do another move up here to peek around the corner.
And you see a big old Rancor with its big old nostrils sniffing in the air. Sniffing in the air. Its eyes look like they've been scorched or something, almost as if it's blind. The eyes, pupils do not seem, I don't know if you guys have any light source, but if you could see, its eyes do not look like they're reacting to anything. It's using its nose. So it's a handy, capable Rancor that's hungry.
Interesting.
All right, NPC slot. All right. PC slot.
PC slot turn.
You want to go?
I guess it's all of us now. So I'm going to move up a little bit to here. And then I am going to have my I don't know what I do with my second maneuver. I guess aim in case I have to hit something next turn.
Yeah, you'd be aiming at Aliana and Jahat, seeing how there's a wall block.
Do I need to aim at a specific target?
Yeah.
I don't know. I just I have another action, and I don't really have anything.
You can move again, or you can do a perception, or you can do any type of skill roll.
I'm terrible at perception, but I guess it's worse, or it's better than not doing anything. So I'm going to do a perception.
All right.
What is the difficulty?
What are you trying to do? Just try and get an idea where everything's at?
Yeah, the lay of the land, my surroundings, whatever I can get.
Okay, so just do purple.
1 purple?
2, just an average.
Okay, 2 purple. Okay. Perception.
All right, so you can sense that there's a Rancor off in the direction where the Rancor is. It sounds like this wall right here might be a room that you're leaning up against, and you take a strain.
All right.
All right, PC slot.
gonna move and then aim. So I see Viper's got a clear shot on it. So it's gonna aim to see if it gets any close.
All right. That's the end of the round. Everyone moved, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, new round.
We
PC slot.
Donkey will tell clients to slow down so that they don't lose each other.
Okay, so Nunku's taking the first slot.
No, I'm just saying that's what Nuncu does.
All right, who's
He
taking the
does
first
that.
slot?
I am not.
All right, we need a PC to go.
It looks to Jahat. I think maybe we should back up and take the southern route. What do you think?
He'll shrug and nod.
And you can go first, or I can go first. It doesn't really matter to me.
Alright, so Jihad will start sneaking off this way.
All right. All right, ready for, let me know when you're done with your round, and then I'll move to the next.
Alright, that'll be it for me.
All right, this area is very rough terrain. It's definitely difficult terrain, this area you see.
Water or slime?
No, it's a big old hole, as if there was a structure here, and it looked like it was smashed to pieces, and so now it's... I think the Rancor may have gotten itself in here through this route, maybe a long time ago. Okay, so
we can smash through walls.
it's basically kind of a crater of where a column used to be, and there's a bunch of rocks and debris of what used to be there. All right.
Okay, so can Jahat kind of whisper over the comms that it's just other entrances into that larger room?
Yep, you do that while the Rancor is sniffing the air and slowly moving. It's using one of it's dragging one of its arms across the ground, and the other arm is kind of filling out so it doesn't. So one arm's filling the ground, and the other arm's reaching out so it doesn't bump into anything as it slowly makes its way towards the smell of creatures. All right. And it's PC slot.
I'm gonna say, do you want me to shoot it?
Aliana, do you want him to shoot it?
I have a better idea. Well, it might not be a better idea, but it's an idea.
Okay, go with your idea since it's your PC slot.
You know those stimulants I made, Jeff? The fortifying one, the one that's healing?
I thought of that too. I have a foul-smelling one. I was going to throw it at it.
I'm going to make a small cut on myself to get some of my blood on it and toss it in the room with it.
What happens if it eats it?
Then I'm going to... it heals 6 wounds.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to maybe heal it. This is the start of my attempt to... We're not here to hurt you here. Let me fix your eyes, and then then lead you out of here, because obviously you don't want to be down here anymore.
I'm assuming the blindness would be the equivalent of a critical injury. I'm thinking, kind of like so. Would it actually do anything for that?
No, because there's a different one for a crit. That's a higher rarity potion. It's called a healing potion. I don't have that.
Okay. So, yeah, it doesn't look injured. It looks like the blindness of its eyes being like a white. You know how the iris is kind of like a grayish white area on both of its eyes. It looks like it was a long time ago. It doesn't look recent. It has scar tissue around its eyes.
If I know that, then I won't bother doing that. But I'll back up, and I'll just kind of He's injured. It would take medical treatment to fix him, but I feel like we'd have to knock him out to try to fix him first. And I don't know if we can do that without killing him.
We'll have to be careful with our aim.
I mean, I probably could. I just am more worried about dying is the trick.
Yeah. I don't really know how to negotiate this one without bigger stun weapons.
I wish I had an ascension gun. I could maybe try and get on its back without, and then you use like pressure points to knock it out. But I don't have that.
Yeehaw! Am I right?
That's what I was thinking, but it's like I don't think we would live through that. But yeah, Aliana's.
Aliana's got the best idea of what would make it happy. Aliana did see it surface thoughts of its dreams of the type of food it prefers.
Do we? Well, we don't know anything about customs down here.
That's all Aliana. Nunku rolled a really good genealogy, so Nunku kind of knows what type of food that they eat normally, and what do you call it? Arachnopods or whatever spider-like creatures is not one of the foods ever listed for what Rancors prefer to eat.
The easy way is for us to let it follow us using our scent and lead it out of here. That's probably the easy way.
Are you saying that over the comms?
Yeah, I'm saying that out loud. It's obviously tracking us by scent, so if we can maneuver it around and back up north, we can essentially lead it out by it following our scent.
If we could stay ahead of it.
Yes, if we could stay ahead of it, but it doesn't seem to be moving very fast because it's blind.
So looking at it, does it seem aggressive, or is it?
All right.
Is it doing?
It seems very hungry. All right, so next PC, I'm assuming.
Yep.
Yep.
All right.
Don't want to shoot it.
Oh.
It's.
All right.
It looks hungry.
Stand out. Well, if it looks hungry, it's going to try to eat one of us.
It won't try to eat your droid, that's for sure.
Yeah, I just built that thing. I don't want to.
Okay, I'll take the last PC spot. Well, yeah.
At least I don't have to GM next week.
I'll take the spot and I'll continue to double time it and move it forward.
Okay. The next slot.
And you guys do what you want to do. I'm just trying to come up with ideas.
You know, with the whole group becoming mostly being Jedi, this gives me a lot of cool stuff I can do that a normal Edge of the Empire group would just kill the thing and maybe harvest its parts as a trophy. But no matter how injured or how it's trying to mind its own business or whatever, and you guys are interrupting its home, the regular group would not give a crap. But since you guys are mostly Jedi, I got some more options.
that is a good side about that.
Well, I'll then, if that's the case, we'll stand down. If you don't want to shoot it, I just want to know what you want to do with it. If I take my PC slot.
Oh, I thought you already went. I guess I moved back.
No, I finally took the spot. You can go still. There's still 3 spots to go. And then there's 1 spot and an NPC and then 2 spots for PCs.
All right. Well, if no one's going, I'm gonna go, and I'm gonna move down near where Jihad is, and that's my turn.
Okay. Another PC slot.
Nuku will follow Klein, and he will say, "Klein, hi, you need to slow down. We're not going that way anymore."
So, did someone say over the comms that the thing looks injured?
Yes, that's what I asked. That's why I asked.
Oh, good. Nunku, you're starting to get this kind of sinister thought in your head, like, if it's injured, that makes it even easier to get a new trophy.
Okay.
I said I'll shoot it if you want me to shoot it.
The thought enters and it leaves my other ear.
All right, so...
So Nunku said shoot it then? Is that what he said?
No, I never said that.
All right, next PC then?
So that's what I'm saying. Do we shooting? If not, I'm gonna backtrack then.
Or not, apparently.
Okay. Well, we're gonna back up then.
I mean, is there any particular reason we're not?
It's because the space lady said no.
No, I said you guys do what you want to do. Like I said, if things goes down, she's got other contingencies, so players still do whatever they want to do.
Okay. Well, then it's been aimed this whole time, so we can shoot then.
My strategy is I'm not the beefy one, so I'm not taking the first swing.
It's got range, so it's gonna shoot.
Basically, yeah.
It's gonna shoot, and then we're gonna fall back. So that's what we're gonna do.
Because the long and short of it is, well, try to get it out of here, but if plans go to hell, it's better to just put it out of its misery than have it down here suffering.
It doesn't appear to be suffering. It's just hungry at the moment.
Yeah, so it's going to starve to death eventually, and it's blind.
Maybe we'll slow it down some. Alright, so that's
When you read its surface thoughts, you didn't see anything negative about wanting to have that it was a misery. It seems like it's adapted. So you wouldn't be putting it out of its misery. You would just be killing a handicapped creature that's just hungry. That's its only crime. It's not starving. It's just hungry.
Yeah, but I feel like it's a tool that whatever's down here is going to use it against us until we resolve this situation. I'm willing to take conflict for that.
Yep.
Okay.
You guys do what you do, and I'll follow suit.
So it's a still 3, so that's a 1 purple then instead of 2, right?
Yeah,
I don't want to mess around with this thing forever and have the other thing sneak up behind us.
So it was aiming the last maneuver, so it gets an extra boost.
So Jahad's being like, you're hearing this voice in your head, like, kill it. It's like Emperor Palpatine, when Luke Skywalker's fighting Darth Vader.
So it's a 1 purple, right? To shoot this thing.
Yes. Well, it depends on your range. If you're within short range, if you're in medium,
I'm in medium range.
yeah. So it's 1 purple. So how many PCs haven't gone yet?
I haven't gone yet. I'm the last one to go. That's why I'm
Yeah.
by shooting.
Okay, then I'm at where we're supposed to be.
All right, 1 second.
The droids have no dynamic lighting at all.
All right, so I'm gonna have the droid shoot, and then I'm gonna shoot afterwards.
Are we not waiting on Klein and Nunku to?
Klein and Nunku already went.
Well, I meant just get into position. You guys have another.
All
2 or
right,
3 rounds.
so you 13, 14, 15, 16.
22 damage.
So how many ranks of Speak Binary do you have now?
I didn't use Speaks of Binary on this because I'm
Alright,
gonna shoot. I'm gonna shoot with Dan Guyver's gonna shoot as well. That was the droid shooting with its custom rifle.
All right.
And so it crits at 2. So 2. So crits once, and then I guess increase it. So, and it's got 1 second. Has lethal blows times 3. So you're going to increase the crit by 3, plus what, 2 more, I guess, and then give a blue to Engiver to shoot.
So what's the total crit modifier?
Plus 50.
Yeah, plus 50.
Okay.
Alright, my turn now. So Engiver, obviously Engiver doesn't have any weapons, at least you see, and then you see his tail come around from behind him, and then it opens up into a weapon and fires. So you guys are shooting with blasters. takes another crit and takes 10, 11, 12, 13 damage. This is a Pierce 2, and the other one has a Pierce 3. Did you include that too already? Oh well.
I will add it. Let's see.
This thing probably has a ton of soak as well.
I think that second one barely got through because I think they're soak 14.
No, it's soak 12. But all right, so
It has. Did you include the Pierce, right?
yeah, I
He
just
also
added
did-
to it.
Yeah,
Did you
because the droid's weapon has Pierce 3
And so you did another crit, right?
Did
you did another
to roll
crit?
the crit?
Yeah, I got another crit.
Okay.
And then we're gonna backtrack.
No, one of you guys takes your turn, and then the other one takes your turn. You guys can't be doing the simultaneous thing.
So what now? He said.
You take a turn, and then it takes a turn. They just both act on your turn. Either you can go first, or it goes first. But you still got to do a standard turn. You can't do this share a turn. I can move, I can attack, and then it can attack. Then I can move. No, you got to do a full turn, and then the other does a full turn.
Okay, so that's what I was trying to do. I was going to attack and then move. That's the point of it.
All right. So then they need to. Okay, move. All right. So now it's the next turn. First PC.
First PC.
I'll take that slot again if that's all right.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, I'm gonna continue to double time it down the hall here, especially now that I'm sure I can hear faint blaster noises going off.
Yep, you definitely heard a lot of blaster noises.
So when do we run into the Sith?
What's it?
The one that's on turn order.
I don't know anything about a Sith.
I just see NPC. I don't see a Sith on a turn order.
Yeah.
Do you know the one that you rolled for, the Sith Juggernaut?
I just roll a stat.
You didn't see anything.
All right. So Klein moved.
Yep, and that'll end my turn.
All right. The roars now sound like a wounded animal in pain, and its eyes start to water. If any, Aliana can see it's in great pain as it's being shot, and its eyes start to water, and it goes, and it stumbles, falling over itself, trying to get away from whatever shot itself, and it trips and it falls down, and it's really frightened and scared and not used to anything shooting at it. It's totally taken it by surprise, and it's all cowering and trying to get away, and it's making this horrible almost a whimpering noise like a dog would make if it got injured or hit by a car. And it's trying to get away from where the blasters came from. All right, so next.
Hey, I got it away from you. Now you can go see what's going on in there.
Now you guys should finish killing it, because now it's definitely not a threat. If you're gonna get conflict, you might as well go for the full.
There you go. All or nothing.
You might as well murder it.
Backed away after the shot, so they can see that. What's going on? What happened with the creature?
So it's now a PC slot.
All right. Jahat's going to move up here to this doorway, and he's going to use the second maneuver to aim, and then he's going to take a shot at it.
Okay, so just in case you didn't hear me, it is now prone. It's trying to get away. It's crying. It does not seem like it's a threat. Just letting you know that before you do your action. So go ahead and do your action. I don't want anyone being upset whenever something happens.
Oh, it's prone?
Yeah, it fell down trying to get away from everyone. It's on the ground trying to crawl away. It tripped over itself trying to run from fear, being blind and all.
Yeah,
And
the
it's
damage-
making this whimpering noise.
I did a lot of damage to it.
Okay. In that case, sorry, I'm counting movement here.
Now, it still has a lot of hit points, so at this point, if you were to keep shooting at it while it's not a threat, it's almost as if you're torturing it.
Hey, I didn't see it didn't have any eyeballs.
But you guys could do, you guys can do what you want. Don't let me influence. I just want.
Yeah, my character really didn't see it didn't have any eyeballs. We just saw Rancor coming at us.
Oh, your character's not affected by morality, so it doesn't matter.
Oh, no, it's not.
Yeah, no, he isn't.
Yeah, exactly. So it doesn't matter to him. He's like,
No,
okay.
but like I said, Dave, we didn't know it didn't have any eyeballs. We just knew we saw.
You can
Rancor
stop talking.
coming at us.
All right, who's going?
So Jahat moves up here. As large as this thing is, because it said it's like silhouette 2 or 3 or
It's
something
silhouette
like that.
3, and it's lying on the ground,
Does
crawling.
it get the benefits of being prone as far as being more difficult to hit?
It lowers the difficulty, but you still get. I think it still gets what you get a setback for being prone.
I think that's for ranged attacks, right?
Yeah. So if you're doing a ranged attack, you still get the setback, but it's still 1 difficulty dice less than what it normally would be to attack it, since it's 3 silhouette.
So in that case, yeah, I'm gonna do a second move, and I'm gonna try and get up near its head and stick it with a lightsaber.
Wow.
So is that within 6 squares?
I'm doing a double move.
Oh, then you. Oh, so you're
move.
taking the additional strain then.
Right. Yeah. Sorry.
All right. Well, do it.
And I haven't set up my the actual stat block for the lightsaber yet, but I can just roll it as a skill.
You using the lightsaber that you got from the Kinrath egg?
No. No.
Okay. Looks like he's going to get a trophy before you do. Nothing.
So it's I'm sorry, you said it's an upgrade or increased or reduced difficulty?
Oh, you get a boost. I believe if they're prone, you get a boost for melee, and then it's 1 purple to hit instead of 2. Anyone else know off the? That's what I think. I'm not looking at it right now, but anyone else?
Since it says still 3, it's reduced the difficulty to hit.
Yeah, so it should be 1 purple and a boost dice because it's prone. How much damage does it do?
It's gonna be 8.
All right. It's trying to it's trying to push you away as you're burning it. It's trying to push you away and trying to get into a. It's well, it can't really do anything because it's not its turn yet, but it in pain, even though it didn't. Let's see, it did some damage.
It's 8 for each one.
Yeah. All right, so you smell the burning of its flesh, and it screeches out in pain. You are definitely torturing it now.
But it has that soak. It wouldn't have gone through, right?
No, it does. It ignores breach ignores 10.
So it goes straight through all the damages. Okay.
No, it ignores 10 of its soak. So it ignores 10 of its soak, and whatever soak it has left is still applied.
Okay.
Well, at this point, I'm like,
all right, it's a PC slot. So it's in pain. It's screeching in extreme pain. He has his lightsaber in it, and he's not killing it. He's torturing it.
And I'm critting with that 1 advantage.
Okay.
That's 3 crits. Is it dead?
Does your lightsaber have a mod that lets it crit with 1? An attachment? Okay.
I had the modded crystal.
All right. So who's going next?
Okay, Nunku will go next and follow after Klein, so that they're still close together in case anything happens.
All right, you can do that.
Dang, Nate, Klein's got a good jump a boost ahead of you.
Okay.
All right, are we going to the next PC? Are there still 2 PCs that have, or are there?
Looks like there's 3 PCs that haven't gone yet.
Are there 3 PCs that haven't gone yet? Okay.
Patta.
Aliana's going to go last.
Yeah, I think Aliana and Patta left, so it's an NPC slot.
Okay.
No, Klein hasn't gone yet. Klein needs to go, right?
No, Klein already went.
Klein
Yeah,
went
so
first.
so take away the PC slot. It's NPC turn.
Okay, cool. Okay. PC slot.
How dead does this thing look? Is it still alive? Like, at this point, I'm kind of thinking that putting it out of its misery is the kinder thing to do.
So it has more. It has less wounds than half its threshold. So it's still like an easy healing check. Actually, I think it's right at right at half its threshold. So I think it might be a medium difficult, a 2 purple heal check to do any medical on it.
Yeah, I said you PM.
Okay, so the thing for torture is that you are inflicting severe pain or suffering on someone as punishment in order to force something out of them or for them to say something. So what they're doing right now technically isn't torture. It's just severe pain.
No, I count as torture. It's clearly not trying to attack anyone now. It's
Cool,
trying to flee.
but that's not the definition of torture.
GM discretion, sorry. There's GM variance on that one.
At this point, though, like, I kind of feel like you either need to put it out of its misery or leave it the hell alone, and we can't get on the same page here.
I thought we were trying to leave
I
it
backed
alone.
away from it after he shot when it ran off. So Jihad went in and he's going to go put out its misery, it looks like.
So it looks like you'll need Angiver and his droid to shoot it and do somewhat similar damage as before, and then do Jihad. So it'll take at least 3 or 4 of your characters hurting it and beating it till it's finally dead. Is from
So
what
it's mercy killing, like you're trying to do. You're not putting out its misery. You can't do nothing.
Yeah. You're not decapitating it on one fell swoop and putting it out of its pain. It wasn't a misery before. Now it's in a lot of pain now because there's a lightsaber in its shoulder.
Yeah. Well, it's my turn. I kind of feel like we need to finish this before the Sith comes back. I know something hurt us and riled this thing up. So whatever that is, I want to make sure that this is resolved before that comes back.
Hey, do your thing.
I also think that this thing needs to be put out of its misery. If I take conflict, I take conflict. But that is my justification.
All right. Do your thing.
I guess I'm going to do a 2-handed strike with my fists and attempt to do strain to this by passing soak.
Okay.
Hopefully it works. So basically I'm trying to like strike at nerve clusters to knock it out without killing it.
Okay, so you're going to try and knock it out and then kill it, or have the rest of your group kill it while it's knocked out?
I prefer we don't kill it. Like, that would be my preference. If I can knock this thing out, I would prefer that we don't kill it.
Go do your thing.
So I am making sure that I have everything set correctly. And I'm going to try it. All right.
Use the light side.
Oh,
So
it's
I'm
only
going to trigger the second attack with those 2 advantage. So that's 10 and 10, 20 strain, ignoring soak.
all right. So it's now it's unconscious. All right.
Yay.
Next PC.
And just kind of ran up and dropped my lightsaber and did that.
I guess it's the last PC of this round.
Eliana's just going to move up here, ignite her sabers, and that's going to be it for my turn as far as actions and such. But she's going to look to Patta. Do you intend to heal it, or are we finishing this?
I think we should either leave it alone or heal it. I just want it out of the equation in case there's something else in here.
Can you heal its eyes, though?
I should, given as long as it stays unconscious long enough, I don't want to get eaten. But yes, assuming I can keep it unconscious, I might be able to.
And that's going to be it for Eliana's action, because she's letting the others decide which direction they want to go without interfering.
If you're going to heal it, I could go back and well, never mind. That's all with the ship. Never mind. Well, I can come help.
All right, so we're gonna. It's almost 5, so we'll end it here. So, your intention is to kill it, right, Jahat?
No, not now that it's down.
No, but before, when it was down, when it was obviously trying to get away from you guys, your intention was to kill it.
Yeah, to him at that point, it's still a threat.
All right, so you take 7 conflict, and then Patta did not actually do any lethal damage. She actually knocked it unconscious, and Patta specifically said that's not its intentions either to heal it or to leave it alone. So I guess so. You'll just so just Jahat, you get the 7 for unnecessary cruelty to non-sapient creatures when it's trying to get away from everyone that blasted it, and it's crying and cowering.
I would argue some extenuating circumstances there, though, because this thing can still do a lot of damage even if it's like flailing around on the floor.
It could, but I did my best to describe it running to get away from you, falling on the ground, tripping over itself, trying to get away from everything attacking at it, as if it was shocked and surprised. It's never had any food that it's ever eaten do that, so it doesn't think it's food anymore. It thinks it's a threat. So that's kind of what I was trying to portray in its action. So
would Aliana gain conflict for second-hand cruelty because she wasn't doing anything to stop it?
I that's what I was about to bring up. I feel like there would be some conflict there for me, because if Patta didn't knock it out, I was just going to coup de grace. Its fight was going to be over, because I was going to do about a crit plus 80.
So that could be.
So I feel like there's at least.
You would be murdering it, right?
3 conflict there.
Well, 3 conflict. Wouldn't that be murdering it though? You know it's not a threat. You know it's running away.
Yes, but I didn't do the action, so you can't give me murder if I didn't murder.
But you were going to.
There's actually a thing for ignoring. It's just like 1 conflict.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. So ignore knowing inaction. All right, so 1 conflict for you.
That's what I was thinking.
Okay, so.
And I was just willing to take a free conflict, because if Patta didn't knock it out, I was going to kill it.
Okay. Cool. All right, so 1 conflict for that then. All right.
So 2 total for
me. So you guys can do your conflict rolls either on Discord or here, and we'll do 10 XP. And I'll write that on here. Okay, so.
Patta did a bad Did he like drop in stuff or something?
Oops, wrong one. Okay, so okay, cool. So I put it on general chat. Is everyone okay with next week?
Yes.
Yep.
Should
Don't-
be.
In conflict
Okay.
as of right now, anyway.
All right, yeah, because Thanksgiving's on Thursday. I don't know if anyone's traveling during COVID. So, all right then. So, planning on picking up here next week. It'll be at the top of the round, so we're not having to worry about any screwing up where their initiative order is.
Are we doing XP now for this session, or are we gonna just?
That's
combine
what I was saying. 10 XP. I wrote it on the general chat, and I
Oh,
think I
okay.
wrote it on the Roll20 chat too. So,
All right, thanks.
no problem.
it? Thanks for running.
Have a good day.
All right, see you
You
guys
too.
next week.
Yep,
I guess
see you guys next
there's not going to be any downtime because we're in the middle of a combat. So, all right, talk to you later.
Yep, going to make dinner. Talk to you guys later.